Welcome to Commbox for another watch along. Myself, Jarrod Kimber. Deepak Goyal is here with me as well. We'll have friends dropping in for a while. We were just waiting to see who was available for the show. I don't know why we'd put up too much late. We're before the game. That's all we need to be. Yesterday, I wasn't even here before the game, guys. So this is very early for me as the way it's been going on the right. But yes, Robbie will be here soon. I just called him. He's not far away. I'm sure Varun and Rob Barron will drop in at various times. I'm not sure Cheyenne might be around as well. So there'll be lots going on when it comes to guests and everyone else popping in. Oh, my God. We're not going to drop him in like this, are we? Is he really going to come in?
Come on. You got to drop me in like this now. Come on. Don't,
my God.
Fuck around, guys. Come on.
Well, Robbie's here, everyone, as he's driving. Is this not... Are you allowed to, in Dubai, live stream while driving? Does anyone know what the law is? If someone could look that up while Robbie's driving home.
I'm driving home, and you can listen to me speaking. My eyes are on the road. I don't want to look at a freaking ugly mugs when I'm driving. I want to look at the road.
Come on, you're always thinking about my face, no matter what you do. But my point was, I'm just saying, I don't think you need to be fined for this. But we do know that you pay your fines even when you don't have to, as you told us yesterday. Deepak, I didn't get to talk too much about the game yesterday. I felt that we saw some of RCB's flaws, with that sort of fifth bowler and everything going on there. But other than that, they looked really, really good, where the Sunrisers look even more dependent on their batting than I thought they were before the game.
Exactly. Even in the post live, we were discussing the same thing. We were going through the different combinations, and we were also coming up with this ideology. Like, is it worth it for them to try their relatively new bowlers? Because somehow the bowling hasn't worked for them in last season also. So, like, all the mysterious leg spinners, the Chinamans, and all those bowlers that they have, maybe like throw in a couple of them just to see like what they have in store and all those stuff. Like Praful, Henge, like all those people, like Fuletra, Shivang. We were just kind of going through all those combinations, and then suddenly people have started asking these questions also. Like, should they, like, once Hazelwood is back, should they play Bhuvi, Hazelwood, and Duffy in the same side?
I mean, it tells you a lot, doesn't it, about the sort of the flexibility that they have there if they want. And certainly a lot of new ball bowling in that lineup. But of course, one of the other issues is that sort of fifth bowler at the moment. And I think we talked about it yesterday, Robbie, didn't we? That Romario Shepherd is like the most likely person on earth to take 1 for 12 in an over, and for it to be perfectly normal.
Yeah, it is. And I think in a way it's a decent problem to have for RCB, to be honest. The fact that they have the luxury of having 3 fast bowlers once Hazy is fit, I think it gives them that flexibility of which foreigner to use where. Because I think Tim David may have to make space for Hazy there. Or they'll have to. I think that's one piece that they'll have to figure out, because you can't drop if Romario Shepherd is taking 1 for 12 for you in every over. Albeit the fact that he's getting runs, he's also getting wickets. So that's a similar role to a Shardul Thakur or an Avesh Khan, right? Or a Harshit Rana. Because these guys also don't really care about the runs they're giving away as long as they're getting wickets, right? So if that utility continues to remain for Romario, then I think he should play. And then you can always use, I think, these 3 fast bowlers, Duffy with the new ball. You get 1 over each from these guys with the new ball. And then once you do 1 over each, then you can use 3 of Bhuvi's later on. When I say later on, I mean you can use 1 of Bhuvi in the middle over and 2 in the death. And similarly with Hazy, because they'll like, we've seen that they want to finish Duffy off anyway in the power play. And then he goes out, and then Devdutt Padikkal comes back in, right? So that way it kind of creates a nice balance for them. So if they have the 3 of them playing together, I think it'll all go well for RCB.
No, that makes sense. We'll move on to the game today. I'm sure Deepak has been just drilling down information. We've got the 11s here, or the original 11s. What do we call them now? The temporary 11? Mumbai has Rohit, Rickleton, Tilak, Hardik, Shafane Rutherford, Namin Dia, Shardul Thakur, Mayank Makande, Gazemfar, Trent Bolt, and Jasprit Bumrah. So our surprises there are what? Maybe that they went with Gazemfar ahead of Santner, I suppose, would
Both
be
are
one
injured.
that you could look at. Yep.
Santner
Isn't
and Will Jacks both are injured.
Oh, they're both injured. Okay, fair enough then. KKR has
discuss
Finn
Mumbai for a minute.
Okay, go. Discuss them.
Yeah, because I think it's nice that they're giving Allah Ghazan for a go at the start of the innings. And generally, Mumbai actually they like to experiment with their 11s, and they generally slow starters, right? And they like to experiment with their 11s in the initial part of the IPL. We've seen that as a trend from them, right? They're slow, and it's because of the kind of 11s they play in the first half. So it makes sense that they're giving someone like Allah Ghazan for an opportunity. And I like the fact that he's an kind of undiscovered or unrepresented talent at this point in time, and there's a mystery angle to it. So I like the fact that he's actually playing.
I like it too, but it does. I don't think that's the problem is the bowling. I'm more saying that it changes the depth with the batting. I think that's the big thing with Santner for me is that not only is he a world-class fielder, but he gives you flexibility with your batting as well. So they lose a little bit of that in making that change. So I'm not as surprised with the bowling. I think there are ways to fit both of them in, especially they've got Shardul in here, who probably is not going to bowl his 4 overs all the way through. So that gives him I think Santner gives him a little bit more flexibility, but there's only so many spots he can fit for overseas players. So you've always got to, it's obviously always a little bit tricky there. KKR, we've got Finn Allen, Rahane, Cam Green, Raghavanshi, Rinku Singh, Ramandeep Singh, Ankul Roy, Sunil Narayan, Varun Chakravarti, Vaibhav Arora, and Blessing Muzarabani slotting straight in. So a lot of the PSL and a lot of the players who were not even in a chance of getting in a squad are suddenly starting in this tournament, Deepak.
Yes, a lot of injuries, I must say. But to be honest, Muzarbani still is a very good pick, right? Just with his 6'9" would be a surprise element in IPL also. And even in the World Cup, it looked decent. It's not like that.
6'9" is a surprise element everywhere. Have you ever just walked down the street and had someone 6'9" next to you? Like, it's weird.
If in India, one state, you can find such things on a regular basis as Punjab. Because, the 6, generally, they are very tall. Some of them. So, Manpreet Goni, remember that player?
I will never forget.
So, he comes from my school. So, he was in our school, and his parents were basketball players. They were 6'9", mother was 6'7", 6'6". So, he was 6'3" in 9th itself. And the parents used to say in Hindi, lamak liya kar, nahi to itna hi reh jayega. You should start doing something, otherwise you will remain this short only. So with 6'3", he was by some distance the shortest in the family. So that was the state. With Manpreet Goni, you can just imagine.
In my life, I've spent a bit of time in the Netherlands and also a lot of time around South Sudanese people. So I'm used to just freakishly tall people walking past casually. Very, very, very normal. Trent Bolt's going to take the new ball here. Absolutely no surprises from that. I'm trying to think. So who will take the ball at the other end? Maybe Shardul will bowl at the other end?
I think yes.
Yeah.
Maybe Hardik also. Hardik can also.
Oh, yeah, Hardik as well, yeah.
Shardul generally, I think, bowls well after the power play. So you can probably see him bowling outside the power play a little bit. They might look at... I think Bolt will as well.
Sorry, we lost you. What did you say, Robbie?
Bolt's come in first ball and swung the ball massively down the leg side for a wide. Just having a look here. Mumbai Indians are a 66% chance of winning, according to the market. So heavy favourites.
So they count for all these injuries and all, right?
Yeah. This is just the market reacting to what the teams are as well, right? Any slight changes are going to, change with that as well. Is Deepak Chahar injured? Do we know?
No updates on him, to be honest. He hasn't had too much of cricket recently, so I'm not sure whether he was match fit or not. But I'm not updated on it.
When's his last game? This is one of the things that does frustrate me. Because there's no injury report system. it's like players just disappear. And you know, I'm not saying even when you have an injury report system like other sports do, obviously it can be a little bit up and down. But we just have sometimes we have no idea unless unless a beat writer's actually written about it, and it's so hard to get to the details of that. Yeah, well, he hasn't played a game. Deepak hasn't played a game since the 25th of October, unless he's played some warm-up games. But he hasn't played a professional game in a long time.
Yeah, so he missed the domestic season also. Like, and also just imagine all the people who must have done the pre-match reviews yesterday. I can bet on it. Nobody got the teams right because all these updates they come so last minute. Like injury updates and all those things, unavailabilities and stuff. So just imagine like how difficult it is for the fans to track everything about our sports.
Yeah. Trent Bolt's now bowled 2 wides, guys. He's bowled 1 outside off stump and 1 outside leg stump. So a little bit, something for everyone so far. What was that?
And Finn's on strike? Finn's on strike?
No, Rahane. Rahane took the first ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he's getting a good shape back into the right-hander.
He is.
So
Rahane just picked this ball up and flicked it over wide along on for 6. Good hit.
Whoa. This is the typical of him. That's his favorite shot.
Well, it's the new typical, right? Because there was that long period where he just wasn't playing shots like this, and he's come back to it, and then suddenly it's completely different. So
I think his CSK season in 2023 changed this particular thing about him, right? This is
But
where
also,
he started.
guys, if he has to be viable in the IPL right now, he has to play like this. He can't afford to play like he used to play before 2020, 2021, right? Because at the start of the innings, you can't afford to be accumulative in nature anymore. You have to play aggressively. You have to score at a 150, 160 strike rate anyway, right? So he can't afford to play like slow anymore.
It's actually it's remarkable how slow some of those seasons were as well, Robbie. Like it wasn't that he was doing like, you know, he was going at 125, 130. He's whipped another 4. Oh no, just a great save on the boundary actually. There's a couple of IPL seasons where like he was really, really struggling. So in 2022, his strike rate is 104. In 2020, his strike rate's 105. Like that isn't like slow for the era. That's slow for any era. That would have been slow in the first year of the IPL. Would have been slow in the first year of the of T20 cricket.
And mind you, he's only opened the batting. I think Maxi's bat is at number 3. He's only opened the batting. He's never batted below number 3, I think.
Yeah, I would have thought you're right. I think top 3 would have been most of his work, wouldn't it?
Most of his career is top 3.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I one of my favorite things about, you know, what franchise cricket has really done is that sort of when you get to a point where you're no longer getting paid anymore, and players will quite often just completely change the way they're playing. I've never looked at it with Robbie's career, but like you could see it with Shikhar Dhawan. Like his best years are quite often after he gets a huge pay cut, right? And no one's as interested in him, and suddenly he comes back as almost a completely different player. It is Hardik bowling at the other end as well.
Yes. And there was some article yesterday, right, where he was discussing his SRH journey also, like where he went wrong, and also there was some article yesterday. Couldn't read it, but I saw the heading.
Who, Shikhar?
Yeah. I can check it.
Shikhar had a few years where, like, for someone like him, he was way more, I don't want to say defensive, because I think that's the wrong way of putting it, but he wasn't as dynamic as you would expect a player of his ability to be. No, you're right, Robbie. Basically, Rahane's never batted outside the top 3. There's a few games, but essentially...
So for him to bat in that fashion of striking at 100, 110, 120, he wouldn't survive the system. He wouldn't survive cricket today.
Exactly.
So which is why the reinvention has happened. I think he recognizes that, right? He recognized that in 2020.
It's also really fascinating because that's one thing that the Indian players could do. Whereas you see this, do you remember Luke Ronchi, Robbie, came into the IPL, didn't do anything, went off, fixed his batting, and never got another chance, right? It was just considered, you know, he was gone. Whereas we see this a lot with the Indian players. They do get a chance to come back, and quite often they're really good players for the next few years.
Yeah.
A little bit of shape from Hardik as well on that first one. It looked slow off the surface though. 133 Ks. It might be that he's just floating them up a little bit at the moment, trying to get the ball to swing. Actually, it's not quite at his full pace.
So KKR won the toss. MI won the toss for sure. Then.
Yeah, I think they did, didn't they? Sorry, I did have the scorecard in front of me a minute ago. Yeah, they won the toss and decided to bowl.
Yeah, because you will always field first in Eden. You wouldn't want to field. You don't want to bat first at Eden, because if there's dew, I think dew will play a factor, much like Bengaluru. So there will be that extra factor of it being easier to chase down a score. So I reckon with the way cricket's played now, you need and if Bumrah hasn't bowled yet, then you know that you want to score as many runs as possible, because he'll come and do something with a new ball, because he will bowl one with a new ball, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And I think
he'll bowl the fourth, won't he? Fourth or fifth?
Yes. MI is going to
Ideally,
spread him out.
according to me, I think he should bowl the third.
He can't bowl the third. He has to.
Why?
Bolt has to bowl the third. So if you look at Bolt's record, if you take Bolt away from the third over, his average goes up a lot more from the fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Yeah, Mumbai is a team that would have studied that part. Unlike SRH yesterday, where they didn't give Payne the third over and give the fourth over instead. Right?
That's still annoying me, by the way. Finn Allen sort of, I want to say muscled, but he sort of got a loose ball from Hardik here and sort of helped that away for another boundary. This one down to fine leg.
But still was not in 100% control, I would say.
No,
so,
it wasn't a very good ball though, was it? He was more trying to turn it more than anything else.
But like, it's not like exactly coming onto the bat that easily also. There's also the tinge of grass on the surface. So maybe something similar to what we saw yesterday also.
I mean, the first two balls is over.
You guys have the same feeds. Sorry guys, I'm interjecting. Do you guys have the same feeds, or you guys have different feeds now?
Always have different feeds. This one's pushed up to long off, to mid off in good timing there. When we get a sponsor, we can all get the same feed, Robbie. But at the moment, we're a bit more hand to mouth, aren't we, fellas?
Yeah, temporarily.
Yeah. But we can get the same feed going ahead. It's obviously tricky. We're in 3 different countries, and one of us is in a car.
Yeah. How about that?
It is pretty cool, actually, I must admit. You've got lovely lighting behind you. You've got like a lens flare at the moment as well. I like a lens flare.
So we have a question also.
Oh, we got a few coming through, yeah. I'll just get us through the last ball of the second over, in which Finn Allen, that one has stopped quite a bit, actually. Finn Allen's gone for the big pull shot there, and he was finished his shot before the ball got past him, I think. So it might have even been a cross-seam delivery by Hardik Pandya.
Oh, boy. Somebody has sent me a DM about Commbox is now also trying to set up a Uber.
Commbox Uber.
Yeah, so it's I think it's Sandeep. So Sandeep has shared. So Sandeep is like, Commbox is becoming the team with multiple talents.
Exactly. We're whatever you need us to be, everyone.
Really says to be an Uber when you drive around the city and ask and like watch cricket, like live stream cricket.
I mean,
no, we can make
if you had a stretch Hummer though, like, yeah, if you had a stretch Hummer with screens in it,
yeah, maybe.
Shreyas said something and now it's not on the screen. Mumbai have not won the IPL for 5 years now. Is it because of the depth of Indian cricket now? Mumbai were great in the past because their core was superior to everyone else. I always thought that Mumbai's big, I mean, other than some of the players, like, you know, having Bumrah as a big cheat code.
How is the core any different than what it used to be 5 years ago?
Well, no, what I would say, I actually think the core is very different, and they're going spin.
What?
Well, are they going to bowl Bolt? Are they going to bowl Bumrah? No, they're going to bowl Gazemfa. I think the core is different because the key core really was the fact that they had 3 all-rounders in the middle at 5, 6, 7 who could all pump the ball in different ways against different kinds of bowling.
Yeah, but that was not the only part. That was a part of the core.
Oh, no. So I disagree. I think that was the main strength because I don't think other teams had that sort of all-round strength available to them. Most teams at that stage were investing in the top order, right? And so having that core and then having the flexibility of the fact that 2 of them are genuine bowlers and Kyron Pollard at least is going to be a good, 6.5 bowler gives you a lot of flexibility, Robbie, I reckon. And I think that was a big part of why they won.
And I think also the fact that in 22-23, Bumrah was not there, and that is a very major, I think, piece of the puzzle for them. And even 21, he had some back issues. He was just remember that WTC also in 21, where he was struggling. So Bumrah,
Only you will remember this shit, bro. Like your photographic memory will remember this stuff. Like we don't remember. Like for us,
versus New Zealand.
Bumrah was missing, had one injury in his life. That's all I remember. I don't remember anything beyond that.
So 21, he was having some back issues. So 22-23 definitely was not there in the IPL. So
Also, it doesn't help that half the time they forget to start the season.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really understand why they start the season as poorly as they do, but it's a pretty consistent tactic, right? Because on my metrics from last year, Robbie, I have them ranked as the highest team, right? And yet they only just made the finals in the end, right? Like they almost didn't make the playoffs. And so you look at them on paper and they often look a lot better. Finn Allen has just mullered. Mullered is the correct word here, a pull shot of Gazamfar that will be traveling for some time. I'll tell, in fact, by the time Robbie sees it land, it'll be tomorrow. But
Still taking
but this now a much better ball. So this is what you have to actually plan against Gazanfar. The one coming back into it. The way Akshar got him in the finals, he really gets crammed. If it's like 6 meter length and the ball coming back into him, so he gets crammed. I think that's a go-to line. So there was better ball from Gazanfar this time around.
Okay, lads, I've reached home. I'll be online in 2 minutes.
No worries.
Sure.
Okay, you can just take me off.
I hope this is the first and last watch along that we ever have. Someone in the car not even watching the game with us.
Yes. And this is the margin of error for this guy. Like he just missed his length by, I would say, like a foot, and he just deposited it. And this is where I think we underestimate somebody like Akshar also, the kind of consistency he has in the power play while bowling to these hitters. And he's like bang on. He just never leaves his length and is able to bring in those undercutters and all those things really beautifully. And more than the tactics.
Oh, hey, we lose one, Rob. We get another Rob. We've got an excess of Robs available to us.
And he's wearing the India cap.
It brings out my eyes, Deepak.
What did you think of that over, Mr. Barron? Did it win your money? Did it lose your money?
I loved it because I'm on Allen. The thing is, you bowl spin at Rahane, the good idea because he can't score off spin anymore, but Allen can. So you're not bowling all six, are you, to the same guy?
No, I think at one stage there, I understand why he bowls that little bit shorter because that's his normal length. But I think against Allen, it might have actually been worth just over pitching a little bit and seeing if he can get him to punch the ball out to someone.
Yes.
Once he got into that rhythm of sort of rocking onto the back foot and just playing through it. I mean, that shot, Klaasen, Butler, Patadar, like people have kind of nailed that shot against spin now, haven't they? Oh, and Rahane's just flicked this away beautifully.
Beautiful shot. So some ominous signs for Mumbai already. So their bowling looks a little all over the place in the power play. But this is where I think Bumrah becomes such a bang for them. Like he can just suddenly change the whole complexion of the game in 1 over.
They kind of have to go him next now, don't they?
Yeah. Definitely. Which is, have they not also caused a problem for themselves with Bolt? They've only ended up with 1 Bolt over. I mean, I know he didn't bowl brilliantly, so maybe it doesn't matter, but
he was still getting some shape. Like Hardik is banging into the surface. It's not even. I think they are kind of going back to the same strategy what RCB had because the pitch is little too paced. So they want to basically bang it into the pitch so that it basically sits into the wicket, but just not working for them.
I mean, what's interesting about that though is that you can do that all you want, but if you're angling the ball, let's have a look. Both of these balls are flying down the leg side. This last one wasn't as bad, but it was going to miss leg stump. It was going to be a wide if he doesn't play that shot. The one before that was missing leg stump by 1.5 feet, right?
Yes.
You can bang it into the wicket. You can try anything you want. If you bowl shithouse down the leg side, chances are a batter like Rahane is going to, dump it away. I've got so many screens on. I'm forgetting which one I was actually looking at.
Problem of plenty with Jarrod.
Too many screens at all times. Hey, can I tell you guys a great story? Actually, no, I'll wait for Robbie to come in. Did you see that Robbie was on the show, Rob, but in his car?
Varun said, yeah, was he driving his car or just being driven?
Yeah, he was driving it.
Well, that's so we should all try and be on a different mode of transport when we're doing it.
I dibs on the tram, Rob.
I'm going rollerblades.
I love a tram.
Boy.
This is the start for KKR, by the way.
This was not even that short, to be honest, but like he was so early into the shot. This Finn Allen one, I think once he gets going, it's really difficult then. This was not even that much short, to be honest. Like, just imagine.
It's incredible, though, after all this, Rob, that Mumbai are still even money.
Yeah, 50-50 game, apparently. It doesn't feel like one, does it? When
I mean, this is what, when we talk about the market, and Mumbai is one of the teams that you can't trust the market on, because I just can't believe that you're looking at the scorecard now thinking, yeah, this is 50-50. They're 48 without loss after 3.4. Yeah, it's basically even money here, guys.
Yeah, and KKR is a team where you don't really want to let them be none down for a while, because that's very, very dangerous. You have to get polls against them, because Rahane's already done his job. 21 off 10. He's already more than done his job, right?
Already, there's history in the making for them. Entire season, they couldn't cross 50. The last one.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. I think we had them. I think we had them down as the worst opening partnership, or actually, it might have been the worst power play team as well.
Yes.
But if you're
worst power play team was CSK. I think they were like 8.7 economy.
Yeah, but it's not just about that. It's about how many wickets you lose as well.
Yeah.
We were looking at the ratings rather than just runs per over.
But that's the first 50 partnership since the time they've won the title.
Very good. Lovely shot that, by the way. Straight down the ground from Finn Allen.
Do you see that? That ball actually had a power fade on it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what the England players are looking for. Here's a good one for you, Deepak. The England players started hitting in a way to get the power fades going. So, because if you hit a cricket ball traditionally, you don't get that sort of power fade that you get in golf or baseball, right? Because of the high front elbow and the straight hands coming through it. And what the England players realized is you can get more power by actually sort of not slicing through the ball, but having it so that you instead of having the traditional cricket style, it's almost more like a ice hockey swing in some ways, right? Like a sort of like a slap shot. And that was a big thing. I remember when they started looking at launch angles, that was the next step up beyond launch angles was what launch angle do I want to hit my sixes at? But also, can I hit them in a way that I can get a little bit of fade off them? And that usually means I've hit it perfectly.
Beautiful.
I thought that's the kind of nerdistry that you would like.
Yeah, seriously, because this is something which is important. And this is where I think the physics and sports can be married into each other and can amplify the whole experience for everyone. And trying to do that at Commbox also.
Yeah. So score is 57 without loss after 4. And Rob, for the first time with that last boundary, Mumbai are no longer favourites. But now Bumrah's on. So this is when you would back them anyway.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy. So what happened there is that's
a beautiful shot. That's a beautiful shot.
He's missed his line there, hasn't he? Bumrah.
Yes. It was more of a loosener, which we don't see from him.
I think in the World Cup we saw a couple of looseners, didn't we?
He's whipped that away. It wasn't like a leg side ball. He's outside off, or he's on middle maybe. It's a bit too straight, isn't it?
No, I think that was. I'm with you, Rob. I think that was it was fine. It wasn't that quick. I would say this. And again, we've seen a couple of balls when you've taken any pace off, they've really slowed down. So he had time to whip it. Oh, Robbie's here again.
Hello.
Hey, Rob.
I'm back.
Can you put the sunglasses back on?
Stop eating.
He's allowed to eat as long as he's not eating with the microphone near his mouth.
You'll end up looking like me, Robbie. You're retired now, mate.
Yeah?
You'll end up looking like this if you eat all the way through cricket matches.
The amount of paddle I play, Rob, there's no chance.
Oh yeah, we have to get you two in a paddle off.
Let's go. I play a hell of a lot of paddle. I'd imagine you're a lot better than me.
Yeah, but Rob, I've never ever heard you say anyone's better than you before. So,
he's played. There's reasonable evidence that he'd be better at paddle than I am. But I reckon I could probably get in his head.
Yeah.
Nice. So he burns around 2,000 calories a day. So just imagine, he's
not
so
2,000.
calorie deficit.
1,500.
How long do you actually paddle for a day?
2 hours, 5
So you're basically a duck.
Always squatting.
See, I set that up just for that joke, and it wasn't worth it.
So any
Do you play
update
with
on
cricketers,
Bumrah?
Robbie? Who do you play with?
I have a bunch of friends that I play with socially. I play
Nice.
with a bunch of cricketers here now. I played with James Vince here. I've played with who else? Alex Hales. He was here, so we played together. Alex Hales and I played together. But we have a lot of visiting cricketers. When
Who's the
Yuvraj
best?
comes here, when
Yeah, who's the best
you know who's
cricket
really good
paddle
amongst the
player?
cricketers? You'll be surprised. I'll tell you. Sam Billings, really good.
Wrists, all wrists, isn't he?
Very wristy, very good. I hear Joss is also really good.
Joss has got his own courts, doesn't he, Rob?
So, well, Butler plays
played
round
Moeen Ali
here where I
a
live.
lot.
So I live near Manchester, Robbie, and there's loads and loads of places to play where I live. And the coach at the club I play at said Butler turned up and he'd never played before. And the coach is like number 60 in the world or something. And he said he taught Butler for like 45 minutes and Butler was already better than him. He was like, he was like,
I've heard Joss is really good.
here's an advanced shot. I mean, I've never played like a topspin forehand at paddle before. And he was like, this is what you can do if you get to this level. And Butler was like, what, like this? And just did like the best shot ever, apparently.
That's why he's so gifted.
Bhargav says,
Bhargav. That's the whole
comms on the
point.
official broadcast is atrocious. Thanks, guys. No worries. Thanks for having us. Thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, really. Thank you for being here.
Anurag says, I don't understand if you have Bumrah, Shardul, and Bolt, why would Pandya bowl two overs in the power play? It's also,
Thank you.
I think,
Because he's the
Anurag-
captain.
look, we've already said the power play doesn't make any sense because you also had Bolt and you didn't use him for the second over because you used the spinner. So it's a very odd thing. But you're right with Shardul. We hadn't even got to the fact that they've got Shardul there, where you would think he would be at his best for bowling. He's not in the side for batting, is he? Right? Like, I'm not saying he can't hit a couple, but he's not in the side for batting. Why would you not bowl him when he's going to have a chance of swinging the ball? It's a very odd decision for me.
Yes. Like, any update on Bumrah? Why was he in Center of Excellence? Is he like 100% fit?
He's Bumrah. He can be anywhere he wants to be.
No. But just before the tournament, like going back to Center of Excellence, like was he like 100% fit? Or any news on
Deepak,
that?
darling, he has to be taken care of like a kid. Like he needs with kid gloves. You need to really take care of him. So I don't mind if he lives in the COA if he can play for India for another 5 years. Because once he's done playing, I don't know what will happen to us in these ICC tournaments.
Yeah, can be obviously on those lines also where they want to make 100% sure, like they're not in
what I think
niggles
it is.
and of that sort. So now we have Shardul Thakur in the power play, bowling the sixth over.
Of all the overs to give your fifth bowler or your sixth bowler this over when the score is 68 without loss for 5. This is what drives me and Baron crazy. When you, as a team, you've stuffed up and then you make a player do a role that they're not suited for.
Listen, I
Yeah,
have
he's
to tell you
playing
guys
them
that
wrong,
it
by the way.
doesn't take a lot to rile both of you up.
That's also true.
It does not
Three
take
of
a
us.
lot.
3 of us.
It's
You don't
interesting.
get
like,
riled up very much. You are
cricket
very
makes me
passive
really,
aggressive.
really angry. Cricket makes me very angry,
very-
but I watch it all day, every day.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. That was an interesting short ball there. Ocelot wants to marry me. I tell you what, if I divorce my wife, hit me back up. You never know.
Oh, Shardul has got the wicket.
Gonna!
So
First
Robbie
ball
was
for
right
Alan.
that he prefers all these kind of overs. So, Robbie, you've played with him also, no? In 2021 season.
I played a lot with him. And he's a sweetheart. Great guy.
Move your mic away when you're chewing. So what we could do, Robbie? I know that
Vignesh
you
was
knew-
telling me, get closer to your mic. I got closer to my mic.
Yeah, not while you're
Vignesh, I was staying
chewing.
away from my mic, so... Okay.
But I don't understand why I don't get the sounds when he's eating.
I don't know. But yeah, Shardul's got the wicket. It was humped to long on. I mean, well done. A little bit of Romario there, I suppose.
So as you mentioned, even Shardul gets into that category of like 12 for 1 kind of a bowler.
I think he averages about 30, doesn't he, with the ball? I'm
The
thinking
last season,
Yeah, look...
he had a beautiful
So
start
the thing
to the
with
season
the
last time around.
bowlers like Shardul, bowlers like Harshit Rana, Avesh Khan, Prasidh Krishna, these guys don't really care about how many runs they go for. They care about taking wickets. Now,
Well,
how much that
to
works
be
in their favor or not? Like when they're not getting wickets, they look horrible.
Yeah, agreed.
They look absolutely.
If you look at his career, he averages 30, going at 9.5, right? So that's exactly what Robbie's talking about there. But in 2024 for CSK, he took 5 wickets at 62. Last year, he took 13 wickets at 28, but last year he went at 11 runs and over, which is extraordinarily, that is, I mean, Rob, that would have to be up there for a guy who played 10 games and took 13 wickets. There can't have been that many guys who've gone at over 11 runs and over before.
And you know, his first 2 matches, he was 6 wickets. He
had a great start to the season. Yeah,
he was almost like gunning
his best
for
ball
the
gets
purple
wickets.
cap.
That last ball wasn't his best ball. It was just Allen mistiming it. But his best ball does get wickets, right? It's just that he can't always replicate that, and people wait for him in T20 cricket.
Yes.
Anyway, Cameron Green.
Rohit Sharma, go guys. Look at Rohit Sharma, go guys.
Oh my God!
He's
Like,
on
look
fire.
at his
Awesome.
He looks like he's been paying 2 hours of paddle a day.
He's not fielding like a donkey, is he, Rob?
Not yet. I know, it's pretty good. The call, was it last season or the season before where his shoulder popped out and he just popped it back in the middle of the game and carried on playing? Do you remember that?
That was a few seasons ago.
He just went, oh yeah, that's dislocated. I'll just put that back in and crack on.
But that to people who dislocate their knees or their shoulders a lot, that's actually not that big a deal, is it? It's a big deal to us if you've never done it. But I remember there used to be an Aussie rules footballer who would dislocate his kneecap about once every 3 games, and he would just sit on the ground and slap it back into place, and everyone would freak out. And he's like, "Yeah, but this is nothing to me. This is just this has happened like 50 times in my life." It still looks cool if you remember, Rob. I believe it's half of the plot of the movie Lethal Weapon.
That's very true, actually. Yeah. Or in Rambo when he gets a gunshot wound and he puts gunpowder into it and then sets it alight so that it doesn't get infected. That's what I do with all my wounds now.
Yeah. I don't do it for myself. I just do it for my kids.
I think, with all due respect to Shardul, that was a good off-cutter from him.
He's still a big chance of...
Deepak is completely living in his own little square when that conversation was going on.
I was kidding it.
I mean, it's a good off-cutter, but it's also it's an off-cutter that is a length ball, a metre wide of off-stump, mate. It's not a wide Yorker. It's not a slow ball that is dipping late or anything. It's not at the stumps and causing issues. Like, we have seen Finn Allen hit those balls out of stadiums before, right? I like the idea of it. What's hilarious about this is, did we say, Rob, or was it Robbie? I can't remember who I was talking to about Shardul being a 1 for 12 bowler. Has he gone for 1 for 11?
So 1 for 10, 1 for 10, I guess.
Oh, 1 for 10. Oh, we're so close.
So this is where I back Cameron Green to be bold. He has such an issue with leaving his stumps open. Particularly, he's 25% bowled in the middle overs, which is very, very high these days with the court percentages. And you can get betting fans. Odds are implying that he's 14%, so that's an edge.
Yep.
Markande into the attack now.
What's interesting about Cameron Green getting bowled is that what happened was when he first came to international cricket, he got LBW a lot, which happens to a lot of tall batters because you don't get called LBW as much in club cricket and first class cricket when you're tall.
In Australia.
Especially in Australia, but just in general, and Western Australia as well, Robbie, so even more so. But it happened to Watson as well. Do you remember? Watson never got LBWs because he's a big guy with a big step. And then once DRS starts coming in, no one cares about how big your step is anymore. And so what Cameron Green did is he's changed his technique and he's just opened up bowled instead. We've got some important chats coming through. If you could just read that out, Rob.
Okay, sure.
Jarrod should hear every day that he's a pookie.
What's a pookie?
I don't know, but...
It's very close to a poopy.
It's a Gen Z term.
Is it?
What does it mean?
I think it means sexy.
What's Gen Z?
Yeah,
No,
in
It means he looks very he looks like he needs to be told that he's like poop every day. That's close.
I mean, I am also poopy.
That's close.
I'm probably a pookie.
So Pookie is actually a Gen Z version of cute, I would say. Something of that sort.
He's
Perfect.
cute. Jarrod Kimber.
Rob, there's a question right up for you. It's like a full toss. Can you please take that?
Well, if I knew what a Pookie was, I mean, I called him a lot worse than whatever that means. They've reviewed this LBW, so I think this is the bit where Rahane should get out. I don't think this is out. But
this is missing. This is only clipping leg, so it wasn't given out on the field.
Out now. This is almost retire him out because his strike rate against spin is about 100. It's not much more than 100, and they don't need him now. They don't need him to get singles against spin.
They probably can't do that with green 2 off 2 though, Rob.
No, he should blast out here rather than try and take the singles. Is what
I think this should go over the stumps. I think there's too much bounce on this.
It's a bit leg stump as well. I just don't think it's hitting enough of the stump to overturn it.
It's pretty
He's missed that by an inch and a half, guys. Like he really missed that ball.
I hope it's not out because I want to back his unders. It's missing the stumps apparently.
Yeah.
But this is when you back Rahane's unders because he's already done his job. Like he didn't get passed over. I look at everybody's numbers by phase, and he doesn't have any numbers for the last phase because he's never there. This is the bit where he may as well slog out. I don't think he's going to be here very long, Rahane.
But he's done his job.
Absolutely, more than done his job. It's been brilliant.
Naveen says, does the Commbox TV crew have any IPL fantasy picks? We don't do fantasy yet. We will be getting people who will do that, but we're not quite there at the moment.
But the fantasy style picks, that's the question that Rob should be taking.
Rob doesn't know anything about fantasy.
I did it once. I've got a good fantasy story, actually. I've got one story and that's it.
I've got a lot of fantasy stories, guys, but I'm not sure we should broadcast them.
2015 World Cup, right? I was betting with my friends on the official, I think it was Yahoo, had 1 million people in it. And it was free. And the prize for the winner was something like, basically you said who you supported. So I obviously said the West Indies. And then everyone that supported that team was in their own league, right?
Yep.
And the winner got a signed bat by that team. And there was 100,000 West Indies fans in my one. And I won that. And I won a signed bat by the whole West Indies team because I knew all about the associate teams. And so I was double captain in Shenwari, who you played with the other week, Robbie. I need to ask you about that. Double captain in Shenwari when he was playing against Scotland and stuff. And it just got me so many points because nobody knew who all these people were.
Just another white guy stealing from the Caribbean.
Green's getting in on the fun here. And I lost it when I moved house from Spain. So that really
what a great story.
Were you living in Spain for a while?
10 years, mate. Yeah.
No way, man.
Yeah.
In the betting industry, everyone lives in a Spanish territory, maybe is the better way of putting it, isn't it, Rob?
I did Gibraltar.
What brought you back to the UK?
Had a kid and I had really rubbish at admin, and you can't do any admin in Spain. You can't achieve anything. No goals can be achieved in Spain if you're English. It's not possible. You got to fill in forms and when I needed the internet, which you need the internet if you gamble all the time. I went to the Vodafone office with the Spanish person. They said, "Yeah, we'll install it today." I was like, "I'll give you more money. I need it now. I need it today." Like, no problem. And I went round my mate's house and said, "Look, can I stay at yours until they plug the internet in, please?" And he said, "Sure, I've got a spare room. Can't be that long." 6 weeks. 6 weeks that took for them to put the internet on. And they just say I think the clincher for us was when we had no electricity. And my daughter was 6 weeks old or something. No electricity. And you kind of need hot water and stuff when you got a baby, don't you? They're really needy little things.
Yeah, of course.
And you're they need food and shelter and all that nonsense. So they do. And basically we had no electricity, and they're like, "It's okay. We know you don't have electricity. Somebody's round the corner. They're going to fix it. Don't worry about it." And I had to get one of my friends to come and sort it out. And the reason why it was broke was because the fuse box thing, I'm not very electrical, but every house has its own fuse box. Ours was in a house 2 doors down. So we weren't aware of this. So all of that shit is just so much effort. And we were like,
wait a minute, your fuse box was in someone else's house?
Yeah, it was two doors down. Because my brother-in-law is an electrician. He was like, the electrics really should be working in your house, and I can't work out why. And eventually, after a day of him looking, he was like, "I've cracked it. They've put all the fuse boxes in the wrong houses. So your one's 2 doors down." So we were like, "We can't live like this. We've got a kid now. We have to be able to function." So we moved back.
Okay, someone's asked if you can speak Spanish.
We Muy bien.
No. So no is the answer.
Muy bien.
Rohit says, don't get why Kim, I think he means me, rated Bravo so low as an IPL bowler. At his peak, I think he's one of the best death bowlers. Yeah, I think he's one of the best death bowlers. So we agree. Also, how CSK used him, Robbie can shed some light. I thought CSK used him brilliantly. I just think they're a better
Use him only in the
bowlers.
death. He bowled the 12th, 14th, 16th, and 18th.
But if you're the best death bowler, I think this is where people get confused because people are like, why aren't you putting him in your best IPL team? And I was like, because Bumrah and Malinga are better death bowlers. So you actually need other bowlers in that side in order to go with those guys as well.
Yeah.
It's drinks, by the way. Well, not drinks. What do we call it?
It's finished now.
Time
Time
out.
out.
It's
90
It's over now.
back in.
Yeah,
Gazanfar is
94
on.
runs after 7 overs for 1 wicket.
Gazanfar is back.
Gazanfar. Siddharth says, KKR have Google Pay as a sponsor is hilarious. Well, we're also open if Google Pay want to contact us. KKR,
Why is that hilarious?
I don't know why it's hilarious. Anyone?
Deepak, why is it
Google
hilarious?
Pay.
Deepak knows everything. Deepak's a pookie. Gang says KKR might fall as they did against RCB last year.
All else.
And Gaji says, so is Mumbai going to lose the opening game?
It's Gargi. It's Gargi.
What did I say?
Garji.
Gargi.
Oh, sorry. Say it again because she messages all the time, so I want to get her name right. How do I pronounce it?
Gargi. Gargi. Gargi.
Cool.
I like the way Green's playing here. He's taking the
Yes.
attack on properly, isn't it?
Good on it.
I think there's been a few times I've watched him in the IPL. He hasn't made enough runs, but he does feel like he wants to whack the ball quite a bit, which you don't always see when he plays in other cricket, right? Like he's not really that an attacking a player.
Yes. And he has an IPL century also, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think his main problem is being too tall, right?
Yes. This is where I got smoked when I was doing the review for Mumbai. I said I see some problem with their spin because they're too defensive. I don't see too many options. People were they have Gazanfar and all those players. I said Gazanfar was not even the 4th best spinner for Afghanistan. So they had him below Mujib even in the squad. So that's why I was little.
Maybe that's on the
apprehensive.
fielding though, because Mujib's such a good fielder.
No.
That's true, yeah.
Understandable.
Okay, Robbie, is Mujib a donkey?
No. He's not. a dog.
That is insulting donkeys.
Yes. Oh.
There would be more Indians kind of annoyed with him for dropping that Maxwell catch than the Afghanistanis, I would say. Afghans, I would say. Because
Yeah,
one of
strictly
those
by population.
moments, wasn't it?
No, it's because also of the theory that if Australia would have lost that match, they might not have even ended up in the finals of 2023 World Cup. South Africa had an outside chance by then, right?
There's no Afghanistan fans who could have been disappointed because if they've ever watched Afghanistan play before, they would have known he was going to drop that catch. Right? We've all watched cricket with him. Anytime you ever see someone go for a little lap sweep and he's a short fine leg, you just think 4 runs, right? Because the only way he's going to stop it is accidentally.
But that was a pretty dolly one, right?
I've seen him drop easier catches than that,
He's
mate.
dropped
A
many.
little
easy-
bit of
like,
empathy, please.
if they said, right, if I was playing against Afghanistan and they said, would you mind if we substituted Mujib for a big bag of potatoes and we'll just deal with the fielding as it happens, I would say no, because that makes your fielding team better. And that's empathetic, Robin.
What kind of potatoes?
Maris Piper, I think.
Maris Piper. They are.
Yeah,
They're known as good fielders, Robbie. I've got the
Yeah,
stats.
good fielding.
You know what? The Red Roosters are pretty shit, guys. I don't know if you all know, but
That was a good one, I must say.
Oh, by the way, I found out,
Well done,
I went and did
guys.
research last night on my violin theory that I was trying to explain to you guys yesterday. It's a Japanese theory. So there's a guy in the 1800s who started learning violin, and it's called the Suzuki method, right? And so Japan ends up having all these great violinists, but they're all limited because they're all really similar to each other. So there's no natural evolution of violin because everyone is taught exactly the same method. And that's what I was trying to say about the MRF Pace Academy at times. I think that if you look at the Indian fast bowlers over the period where MRF was dominant, their fast bowlers are really, really similar. Whereas if you look at Australia, which is where the MRF theory comes from, because it's Dennis Lilly, right? Australian fast bowlers are really varied. And I think that there was an issue there for a little while where it was almost, if every fast bowler goes through that, they end up almost a cookie cutter of each other. And I always thought, I don't know how you felt, Robbie, I always thought that Srisanth is the most MRF fast bowler. He looked like exactly, like I reckon if Dennis Lilly, that's how he would draw someone's action to look.
Yeah, I think Sri was very versatile. Srisanth was extremely versatile as a bowler.
I don't mean not versatile. Action. I just mean that you're not.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
No.
Ass.
If we replaced Robbie with a stack of potatoes, marathon.
He was so versatile. He had the ability to bowl in with anyone's action growing up. Because I've known Sri since I was 12 years old. So when I first saw him, he would bowl with an Alan Donald action, like a proper Alan Donald action. So he had the versatility to actually get any action going. So I think when he went to the MRF, and he went to the MRF when he was about 15 or 16. So when he went to the MRF, he was, I think he developed into that action. He stayed there for the predominant part of his his adolescence. So he did develop to have the most kind of prominent MRF action.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Bang on, Jarrod. Bang on. That was bang on.
Yeah,
So we have a backstory also to now justify that.
I've got so many great stories about Srisanth as well because of my time hanging out with him. But we'll save them for another time. You know the one about the dog, don't you? I've told you the dog one before.
I can't remember the dog one.
Baron's gonna love this. So we're in his house and he's got this big. I think he's got a boxer, might be his dog. I can't remember, but it was a big dog, and he built this like wooden shed for it so it could, have a bit of space. And for whatever reason, the boxer's paw had slipped in between the wooden pallets and got stuck. And so suddenly, like Srisanth has 5 or 6 people working for him, and they're all panicking and screaming. And suddenly, like an action hero, he jumps up off the sofa and he goes, I've got to go now. And I'm like, what's happening? Like, I was just interviewing him about, match fixing or whatever we were talking about, right? And he bolts out of the room. And he goes outside and
that's not the wicket. Sorry.
No.
Wicket.
Shardul again. And look at what he's going to do. He's going to get 1 for 10 again.
Yes. That was smart. Back of the length, outside off stump.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That's a hard ball to hit for power, right?
Yeah, it's also I think he's taking pace off here, guys.
Yeah, that's
he's
what I
taking
mean.
pace off for sure.
It's slow and it's wide and it's short. That's a really hard ball. So Green's gone for 18 off 10. Rahane's 49 off 26, 109 for 2 after 8.5.
He was 43 of 21, Rahane.
Yeah, so they're slowing down. So last 2 overs, it's been 15 runs.
And like Rob said, there's no need for Rahane to slow down. He should be going. He should continue to go hard.
He can keep going here, yeah.
That's what he does against spin, though, right? So they bowled spin at him, and he just took every ball single. That's what he did. Yes. So then he puts pressure on his partner, who's new to the crease, to have to whack.
And he just got out.
And now he's gone. So now they're not in a mess. They're in a very good position here. But Rahane's not the batting through the innings type guy. Raghavanchi's come in now, who I really, really like.
This is when I was doing the KKR analysis.
He's the guy who should be batting. Ankresh should be the one who bats at number 3 for me for KKR. I can't wait for this guy to just own that position because if he gets a little bit of that power play, oh my God, he's gonna fucking pummel the ball. I love this kid. This kid's so good. He's so good.
He scored
he shouldn't be moving up and down the batting order.
He just scored 100 in the practice matches. In the intra-squad match. Beautiful 100.
Lots and lots of talent here. Sorry, can we have the end of the Srisanth dog story, please?
I just wanted to get
he
past...
batted at number 3.
I just want to get
he
past
scored 100 at number 3, I guess.
First ball, but okay. So I'm now running outside after Srisanth, and he's there. His wife comes from nowhere. You've the cook comes from somewhere else. The gardener, the guy that opens the gate for him, his driver. Everyone's there, and they're all panicking. And this dog is properly crying, right? Because it's got its paw stuck in this wood. It's really, really sad. And no one knows what to do though, right? Because the dog is maybe I said boxer before. I think it was something a bit more violent than a boxer because no one wanted to put their hands
Must be a
in. because
Doberman.
It might have been a Doberman, actually. Every time someone went near this dog, it was quite clearly looking like it was about to bite someone, right? Because it's in massive pain. And so Shrezad gets like a pick. I don't even know where he got this pick from. And he just starts attacking the wood and like literally like tearing the entire cage down piece by piece. And I'm looking around, looking for a camera. I was like, what am I seeing here? And there's a part of me, and Robbie will know exactly what I mean. Well, halfway through, I was like, is it possible he's put his dog into this position so that he can... But you know what Shree's like? Everything with Shree is a performance, right? So I'm thinking to myself, he couldn't have hurt his dog for me. And then I was like, no, he hasn't. But there's no doubt that he was like, he all but tore his shirt off to show me his muscles, right? While he's hitting this thing. And then he like frees it. And then he turns around to the adoring crowd as if to say, look what I have done. I have saved my dog. And I was just like... That is the weirdest. I've been interviewing cricketers my whole life, and I've heard some really weird stories from other journalists. But I don't know if there are that many that can top Shrezad saving his dog in front of an audience who then applauded him like he was a superhero. It's so
Did
bizarre.
They applaud him? Really?
Yeah, because they were. I mean, it was. I still don't understand how the whole thing happened. Like it was just so. People were panicking so much. I was like, look, I get the dog's in pain, guys, but if he got his paw down there, he's probably going to get it back up. Like
50 for Rahane.
First terrible misfield of the game. The
Maris Piper misfield.
We should get them to sponsor it. He doesn't match up very well against Trent Bolt at all, Rahane.
But most of that's going to be in the power play, isn't it?
True. He's something like 40 for 3 or 40 against Bolt. He just doesn't like the angle, I guess.
But that's the one when he brings it back
Akshad
because
Singh.
Rahane has a tendency. So I during my
This
preview
gives it actually gives all the right to Rahane to actually slow down the game right now, which is detrimental to KKR setting up a big score because at the back end you know that you cannot afford to slow down because you have Bumrah bowling at the back end. So now is when you accelerate so that you can make up for that.
Definitely.
Just in case Bumrah bowls well. So
Exactly.
it's counterintuitive for him to be rotating the strike to build partnerships. If anyone should be rotating the strike, it should be Ankrish. So he can get set.
Beautiful
That's
shot.
a great shot.
It's a beautiful shot.
Surgeon, that.
Is Sky actually sitting out?
He's impact subbing, surely.
So yeah, Sky is the impact sub.
Wow.
His fielding's good enough, right? His fielding's really, really good. Why
But Sky
isn't
off
he,
late has been horrible. Like he's been missing. He's like, remember that game against West Indies also? He had like a couple of them going through him. Like his covers fielding was under the spotlight during the World Cup. Because he got really bashed for that. Like one story that MRF story that we casual fans had growing up was wherever there was a tier of a pace fast bowler, like coming up the ranks, there would be a theory that don't worry, he'll go back to MRF and would be a 130-ish kind of a bowler. That was like something which was very popular with the cash.
I think Dennis Lillee was building better bowlers, but I don't think he was building faster bowlers. And if you look at young Dennis, we talked about this yesterday, young Dennis Lillee was a terrifying fast bowler, right? Old Dennis Lillee, which is what the MRF is based on, is not a terrifying fast bowler. He's a skillful bowler. He's a much better bowler when he's older, but he wasn't as fast. So I think there's an element of truth in that, right? But the thing with Dennis Lillee is that he was such a freakish athlete that he didn't always need to bowl at full speed because he was so skillful with his hands and everything else. I mean, he really was an absolute genius of a bowler. I mean, Richard Hadley, you could argue that Richard Hadley was a better bowler, but Richard Hadley, his whole mindset was, on a bad day, what would Dennis do? Right? Like, he would literally try and think of that. So Lillee was years ahead of anyone else. Lillee was like... understood biomechanics in fast bowling before we even used the term biomechanics, right?
Yes.
And it's also fascinating that it was then one of his best mates, who was his wicketkeeper, who is involved with all the academy stuff with Rod Marsh, right? Like the two of them combined probably had maybe one of the biggest impacts we've ever had on cricket. And neither of them got paid a lot of money when they played either.
Yes. And you shared that story also, no? How he was mishandled by Australia during his injury phase and how that changed
Not mishandled,
the
they just didn't care.
But to be fair, at that point, there wasn't that much money in cricket anyway.
No, there was no money in cricket. That's what I mean. It was really, really amateur.
Shot,
But
Rahane.
Where's this guy been? How good at cricket is Rahane to be able to redevelop himself at this age, as he has done? They're like, we need you to do this.
Someone please repeat to him what I've actually said already. 20
yeah, we said it earlier, but you're right.
It's so good.
This is why I know young fans, will often say things like, "Oh, this guy's finished." And I'm like, when you have the talent of someone like this, you don't just get rid of people like that. What you do is have honest conversations with them and be like, "Look, your strike rate's 105, dude. We can't pay you anymore, but we still know that you're very good at cricket."
Can we have a backstory from Robbie on that? Because this is what he did in 2021. So he was the one who actually came up with this methodology, right? You reinvented your career this way.
I
with
didn't
CSK.
come up with any methodology, bro. There's no methodology here.
What did you invent, Robbie? Didn't you invent the iPhone?
But like, Robbie, 20 and 19 was very different for you, right? And 21, you were like that basher at number 4,
Yeah,
I
that's
guess.
because the thing is, I was moved up and down the batting order, right? A lot. Like I was, in 19, I started the tournament at KKR with the first 4 matches. I had I had 2 not outs, a 67 not out and a 37 or 40 not out, and then and I batted at number 3. So the whole tournament I prepared for number 3. So the whole off season I prepared for number 3. And then after the 4th match, I had a bad game against. We were playing on seaming conditions in Eden, and at 12 or 9 or 10 of some 17, 18 balls, right? Because we've lost wickets, so I had to kind of make sure that we negotiated that phase because Jofra was bowling really well, seaming the ball around a lot. So we had to see off that phase. In that process, I ended up getting out 12 for 17 before I could make up, right? And immediately the next game, what happened was, the next game had a 5-day break, and then I had a 5-day break, and then I practiced again for 4 days, 3 days, leading up to that game. For number 3, a day before the game, one of the coaches comes and tells me, you're not batting at number 3 tomorrow, you're going to be batting at number 5. I'm like, dude, you could have told me this 3 days ago, or have at least prepared for number 5. Because the approach to number 5 is drastically different than your approach, how you prepare for number 3. So I went there, I was like, okay, I'll just play positively, I'll back my skills. We're playing CSK, Imran Tahir bowls the first ball. I picked a googly and I tried to hit it too hard. I hit it too early, so I hit it against it. I got a leading edge and went, and Faf took a great catch at long off. I skied it, but Faf took a great catch at long off. Next match immediately dropped, despite having runs. So for me, and then they moved me up and down the batting order. So I started off the season well, and then I had, it just impacted. Oh, shit.
Just 1 second. Why did they not review that? Oh,
Yeah,
it's high.
exactly.
It's high. It's a bit high. That's it just looked really close to me on first view. I kept waiting to see if they were going to review it. They never did.
Yeah.
This was which season, Robbie?
2019, yeah.
What did they say to you, Robbie, then? When they're dropping somebody that's been scoring runs? And
Nothing.
They don't say any.
It's been
They
a
don't
ban
take you to
for
one
them for
side
such a
and say,
long
listen,
time.
mate.
Sorry?
They don't take you to one
What's
side
that?
and say, listen, mate, this is why we're doing this, and we want you to do this now. Wow.
Nothing. Yeah. There's other stuff going on. I don't want to speak about people. I'll tell you later, perhaps. But
No.
There's stuff going on.
Let's do it in a.
No.
Let's not do it on the live. Let's do it in a podcast that we can clip it and we can get more hits. Abhilash says, Robbie, you were commentating with Ramiz Raja at the World Cup. How hard is it not to chuckle commentating with him? Some of his fillers are IQ 20.
Yeah, so obviously he's old school, right? And
He's so old school.
He's very
Did he
old
have the
school.
cool? Does he have the cool leather boot, like the leather boots
Yeah,
still?
the pants and the boots and all
You've
that.
got
Yeah,
it when
it's
you
still
see him up. He really does look like a weird dude when you see him up close, doesn't he?
there. He's got his long hair,
Yeah.
and they know the true state of Pakistan cricket. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah. Well,
Like
he
all the
ran
former
it. He was
cricketers.
part of the problem at one stage. I had a great Ramiz Raja story years ago where all the Bangladesh fans online were convinced that Ramiz Raja was always slagging off Bangladesh because he hated them, right? So I interviewed him about it, expecting him to like put a dampener on the situation and be like, that's silly, why would I do that? And his first answer was, well, you've got to understand that they're all very immature people. And I was like, and like, so my next question was allowing him to walk that back. And he just doubled down. He just kept doing it over and over again. And in the end, I was just like, I'm just going to have to write the article. Ankit says, baseball introduced ABS similar to DRS. Do you think they looked into DRS? So I could give you a great story about that, which is that Hawkeye...
What is ABS?
It's DRS, but for baseball. It's basically...
What is the full form of ABS? What is it this one for?
ABS baseball.
What's the acronym?
Automated ball strike system. So the
Now,
problem
this is
with
what I don't understand, right?
So in the old
they
days,
got him in the 12th over.
every single you're right. He has come back on.
It's so dumb. Like, why would you bring him back in the 12th over? Like, with they're not threatening at this point in time. You can bowl off another one of Bolt and keep 3 of Bolt, 2 of Bolt left, right?
Also, Shardul's
Deepak,
taken
can you
2
help me
wickets.
here?
Just get him to keep using his slower
just
balls.
bring
right?
bring him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hardik can come back and bowl himself.
So the baseball thing is really interesting. As I said, so Hawkeye is invented by a guy called Paul Hawkins, who was a minor counties cricketer who was trying to play county cricket, who gets given out LBW in his only professional game, semi-professional game, and then years later comes back and invents Hawkeye to stop LBWs. But that whole thing obviously became a bigger issue with tennis. So America didn't learn about Hawkeye and DRS through cricket. It actually learned about it through tennis. But cricket is still the reason that we have reviews and everything else in all these other sports. And it really goes back, to be fair, as much as Paul Hawkins was great, also go back to Channel 9. They just kept trying to get more and more information in the broadcast, right? Until the point at which the broadcast knew more about the game than the umpires did. So it all comes back to cricket, but I would doubt that baseball spent a lot of time looking at cricket. But they might have, because there's a few sports now with review systems, right? So it wouldn't surprise me if they, in Major League Baseball, if they had a look at all those different ones.
Makes a lot of sense. So Bumrah has bowled a beautiful over so far. Changed the momentum of the
Interesting
game.
story that, Jarrod. It's not changing the momentum of the game. They're still going at 11.41 runs an over. Deepak, you're so binary.
Yeah, this
So
is how I
absolute,
understand the word. So this is how I understand the word, no?
I was going to say,
Left and
Deepak is
right.
technically a robot, so...
in teddy bear form.
In a teddy bear form.
It's one of those overs that didn't need to happen. They could have just moved the scoreboard.
Yeah,
on
it
five
was.
and just
It's
went,
so annoying.
we'll have 5 for
it's
naught.
grating,
this over,
right?
cheers.
This
Like he
over
bowled,
is so
he bowled
grating.
some good balls, but they blocked it and took 5. It's just boring.
Why would you do that? Like you have, that means you have him for, you have 3 overs of him. You have 2 overs of Shardul. You have 2 overs of Hardik. You have 2 overs of Bolt. Any one of them could have bowled, because if you were scared, the spinners are bowling so badly. Any one of them could have bowled, because the slow ball into the deck is working for Mumbai. Shardul's got 2 wickets to win that, right? By just virtue of that, you could have had Bumrah for the 16th, 18th, 20th, or 15th, 17th, 19th. It is so dumb.
Is it like they don't want to give him 3 overs on the trot? Just managing better?
No, I think
Because he was
he's
at the
fit enough
center
to
of
bowl 3
excellence.
overs.
Would you say, like
Yeah,
Siddharth
he's
says, that
good enough
Hardik
to
is
bowl
so
3
bad
overs.
at managing his bowlers, Robbie?
No, I don't like. See, see. The thing is, obviously, there's a plan here, right? Maybe there's some bowler who's like, maybe Bolty has been bowling well in the death in the practice matches and all of that. So maybe they've been giving that a go. I don't know, right? Maybe Hardik is bowling well in the death, or he's bowled well in the death leading up to this game. It could be that, but from if you look at recent form and just logic, so to speak. You'd want Bumrah to have 3 overs in the death, right? Because that negates you can, even if they go for 180, if they go to 180 till here by the 16th, 15th over or 16th over, you can still pull the game back from the 17th, 17th and 19th and 15th, 17th and 19th, or 16th, 18th and 20th with Bumrah, who'll give 5-7 runs and over. And at this level,
Yeah.
he won't give more than 10 runs an over.
If you've got bats that are just knocking it around in the middle, you don't need to go to Bumrah. Just let them carry on doing that, and then save Bumrah for when they've got the high intent whackers
When they
smashing.
go,
Exactly. And it's a very fair point from.
Nuran says, guys, you should add a small scorecard in one corner just to know what ball you're actually commentating on.
We're
Well, at the
trying.
moment,
We already discussed that. Naren, we actually discussed that yesterday, and Muku and the team are working on it.
but not only that, at the
We'll put
moment,
the
we're not
scoreboard
even
right in the
watching-
middle.
Yeah.
In the
We're
middle
not
of
even watching
in
the
middle of
same
all
ball as
four.
each other anyway at the moment. So
No,
if
now we
get-
are.
No, we're not. I'm not. I reckon I'm 20 seconds behind you guys today. I've picked up Robbie's potato from
You know
yesterday.
how I felt yesterday. Yeah, you picked up my potatoes from yesterday.
I don't know why this entire channel has become
What a
potato
cat.
chat.
Rob, this is so cool.
Where are we? Yash says, what do you think about practice pitches on the edge of the outfield like at Eden versus how it's done in stadiums like Wankhede? What's the impact? It's a good one for you, Robbie. It does. It changes fielding a lot when you have those wickets out there because that ball travels a lot quicker off a hard pitch than it does off a soft outfield.
Rocket.
Yeah.
Rocket. Like that. Like if you saw Bengaluru yesterday, there's a ball that Romario Shepherd is chasing down to long off from the pavilion end, and then he was chasing one down from short third man to third man towards the Bemel end. So that's the far end. At the far end is where the practice pitches are. He had no chance against that first ball. Sorry, the second ball. And the previous ball from mid off, he actually saved that boundary. So the wickets are considerably faster because they're much harder. So they're considerably faster.
Yeah. It's something
So
I've
you
noticed
always
a lot.
score a lot more runs towards the wickets, where the wickets
Yeah.
are.
You were
It's
sharing
something
something about Mumbai also, no? On that day, like it's the center is little
So
elevated.
squares like that, and then it tapers off like that.
It's something you notice a lot in the UK, which is in Australia, I'm used to people hitting like a cover drive or a back foot push through the covers and it's slowing down. Whereas in the UK, if you hit the same shot, it often goes for 4 on test grounds because they just keeps bouncing on the pitches.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Because you have
so
such big squares.
Yeah, and then the minute you hit it off the square, it slows down massively. So if you hit your cover drive straight, it will stop before the boundary. Whereas if you hit it square, it will fly away. It's really fascinating if you watch on just because UK ground. I mean, the oval is almost the whole square is grounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it.
Almost,
Pitches,
it's got like 20 pitches, I think, on
Yeah.
it.
I once bowled on
And-
one that
and-
was.
and actually-
it was basically the pitch was so far across in this game I played in, Robbie. I think we were actually under the gasometer.
How how far are you from this place called High Wycombe?
I'm pretty far.
Wycombe, High Wycombe. Rob, you must be.
Yeah,
far as well.
I used to play hockey at a place called Bisham Abbey every week, which is High Wycombe.
So there's this ground. There's this ground there next to a church which has a graveyard along with it, and then there's a youth hostel there. There's a YMCA youth hostel there. So the first time I came to England was at the age of 15 with this club called Star Cricket Club, and so we played. It was a 21-day tour, and then we played about 16 matches in 21 days. So the first week we stayed at High Wycombe and we played a lot of matches in their club ground. And that was right next to the church. So that ground, it was an oval, but if you're batting with the church and the
Microphone.
graveyard on the right hand side,
Microphone.
if you're batting with the church and graveyard on the right, to the offside of you, if I'm batting here, so the offside had, it was very funny, very, very funny, the ground. So the offside had, so if this is the ground, right? Just past the square here and a little like towards the boundary, there was a bump up on the ground. There was a bump up on the ground and it went even again, and then there was the pavilion there on that side. It was damn funny.
Dude, I played in a ground, and I can't remember the name of it now, but I played in a ground that I swear was like this, right? So one boundary was like climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, right? And the other one was if you went for us to slide and it was a little bit damp, you'd go through a fence, right? And I was like, who decided to play a cricket game on this? It doesn't make any sense. And we played on one recently,
that's the
Robbie,
beauty.
where it was like, it was pretty flat in the middle, but it had a bit of a slope up. But then just after cover, right? Just to, cover mid-wicket area, right? It just had a sudden drop of about 10 meters for no reason.
This was it went 2 meters, 3 meters up.
I was just like,
then plateaued
I
again.
wouldn't run, no one wanted to field down there because they didn't want to have to run up at the end of every over because it was tiring running back up the hill.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is England.
Imagine
This is what
bowling
we
from
do.
the end where it's up.
oh, it's crazy.
So, like, how difficult it is
Sorry,
to bowl
Rob,
at Lords?
I cut you off. Huh?
Yeah.
No, I can't remember what I was
Rob
going on
saying
about.
something. Sorry.
So, how difficult it is to bowl in Lords for your calves and all? Because
Ask
it's
someone
slow.
who bowled at the Lords.
I've only ever bowled on the nursery ground, so I can't help you. But no, I mean, if you played club cricket in England, Lords is not weird, right? Like if you played club cricket in England, it's not that weird. And also, there's a lot of grounds around the world that have a big step up towards the crease. Like Robbie will be able to tell you that the wicket keepers are quite low in a lot of international grounds. So there's a lot of stuff that isn't normal that you don't notice on TV, but when you're at the ground, you can pick it up straight away. Is it the West Indies where they're really
Mumbai's got
flat?
that as well.
Where?
Like even here, you can't see it on television, but Mumbai's got that as well. It's got a little bit of a slope up. So just behind, if you observe correctly, just behind the umpire, maybe 2 meters behind him, it starts climbing up. So it's flat till there and then it just climbs up by about 6 inches and then evens out forward.
Shardle's back on, and another short, light, slow one. He's got 2 for 19 off 2. I love it so much. I will tell you about the one time I bowled at Lords though, Deepak, if you want. I bowled against the England women's team, and was it Laura Marsh? Laura Marsh who played for England, I think, Rob, who put me into the car park.
Nice.
But I did, when batting, completely burn Anya Shrubsole, and then I hit the winning runs off Jenny Gunn. So all in all, it wasn't a bad game. And Anya still mentions the run out to this day, and I swear it was 16 years ago.
I've only played against a woman once, and it was a lady that played for Gibraltar women, and I was playing in the Gibraltar Gambling League, and I just hit the only time I've ever done it in my life. I hit 2 sixes in 2 balls into the Sepsa garage next to the runway off this really, really shit off spinner. And then they bought the Gibraltar woman player on, and I nicked off to her first ball. And everybody really enjoyed it, and I didn't.
Were you? Was the gambling league? He's kind of top edge that.
So
another one gone.
Leading edge that he's gone.
Shardul is the
goes,
man.
67 and
So
39.
maybe he's again going to be the candidate for the purple cap like last year.
He could be another 1 for 10 in this over too as well. He kind of
Shardul, yeah.
did he top edge that, or did he just hit around it a little bit, Robbie?
No,
It's like
he hit around it a little bit.
Yeah.
See, that innings there, right?
Delivery, which he predominantly does. There.
That Rahane innings, you could really go into about how T20 cricket is played, because he came out and was absolutely wonderful at the start, murdered the power play, and then had a bit of a slowdown against spin. But he discovered a couple of shots there in the middle where he hit the sixes that were great, and it felt like he was going to get out for a little while, didn't it? Just before that, it was like he just slowed down again. Maybe he's tired, but overall, strike rate 168 when you're facing a third of the innings. What's that? Is that good? It's not much above par, is it? He played really well. But
I think anything about 150 in today's day and age.
Now,
anything about 150 in this day and age is good, right?
it's contextual though, isn't it? If this ends up being
It is contextual for sure.
If this is a pitch where you need to score at 170, 180, then and he's gone slow for a period of time, like that, and I think the issue
But he has gone at 170, darling.
No. But
has
I'm
got
saying in
168.
general, yeah. But again, if it's a 190 strike rate pitch, do you know what I mean? Like you have to do that. But also, I think the issue is when set batters bat slow, because you expect non-set batters to bat slow.
Because he was like 44 of 21.
You know what would be interesting to see is in from the 8th over to the 13th over till the 14th over, did they get a boundary every over?
So they didn't in the 8th, because Amphar bowled the 8th and they blocked it. Then they got the wicket, and since then they didn't in the Bumrah one, did they? Because they blocked that over, so that was 5.
They didn't, yeah.
So yeah, 2 overs they didn't. All the rest they did.
Yeah, so it's still fine. As in, I didn't like the fact that he slowed down when Cam Green was batting because then Cam Green felt the pressure and then got out, right?
Yeah, I think so. If Finn Allen was still here now, if Finn Allen had got out the ball that Rahane got out, what score would he have been on? 110. You need somebody like now. The odds are we're not a million miles away from back towards 50-50. And if you've had an opener smashing it for 13 overs, normally you're way ahead. That's an interesting.
Some of that is
stock
Mumbai
from
tax,
Elements.
so
And last 7
you
overs,
always
they've
have the
scored
Mumbai tax.
56. So in last 7 overs, they've scored 56 runs.
yeah, they should
Okay.
be. They should be two. They should be two.
After that start, they should have at least scored 10 runs and over.
Yeah.
Yes.
After that start, after 78 in the first 6, they should have scored at least 10 runs and over because they lost only
Yes.
1 wicket in the power play.
More importantly, the House of Chow has said, Jarrod and Robbie, I'm an ex-Bangaloreite. Would you? I would love a shout out to my YouTube featuring
Bangalore
my Chow
Josephite.
Oh, Josephite, sorry. Jason, Adrian, and the House of Chow.
Jason, Adrian, the House of Chow. Shout out to you, buddy. Which year did you pass out of school?
There
You
could
guys
be
are high school.
absolutely
St. Joseph.
anything on that channel,
Yeah.
guys, that you've just endorsed live to the world.
Yeah, could be anything. There is a possibility, just because of the way he's written this message, that it is cooking dogs. Because it does say the Chow Chow, that there's a dog.
Okay, here's a
I'm just
question
putting
to
it
you
out
all.
there.
Here's a question to you all. If you had to eat a dog, what type of dog would it be?
I wouldn't. No chance.
If you had to,
you're asking
Robbie.
them.
I would
wouldn't
eat.
eat
I would eat.
I would
Hitler's
rather
dog.
die.
Adolf
Hitler's
Hitler's dog. I would eat Adolf Hitler's dog. Is it Blondie? Blonde? It's called something like that, wasn't it?
Was it? I suppose he wanted everyone to be blonde, didn't he?
Yeah, even his dogs.
Famously.
Where? Cool. Want to say hi?
So
Good time.
94
Neil.
for...
Hey.
He's saying, everyone's saying hi.
Hey, mate. What do you
Hey
think
there,
of the
mate.
game so far?
Hi. Say hi properly.
Hi.
Hi.
Who do you want to win?
Right.
Who do you want to win today? Mumbai or KKR?
KKR.
KKR.
Who's your
Correct.
favourite cricketer, Neil?
Who's your favorite cricketer, Neil?
Dada.
No.
I love you, buddy.
Get him off. Get him off.
What a loyalist. Oh, my boy.
What a legend.
My good egg. He's my good egg. You played for
Someone
this,
says,
And that
please
data
keep
was
this going on."
spontaneous.
Yeah,
So he's
I
been
know.
trained really well, I guess.
Do you know why? You know
I
the
have
only
not
reason
trained him.
the only reason I asked that question, guys, was for him to say someone else, and then for me to make the joke. So he completely screwed me over there. Hit says, please keep this going for the entire IPL. We'll certainly be doing watch-alongs for most of the IPL. If not
Ask
every
your friends
game.
to jump on, UV. We
Yeah,
keep this
we
going.
need more. We need more views.
Because the more people watching us, then we get sponsors on, then we get a better quality of show on, then we can actually do this in person. We
might
actually
do a
want to do
whole
this
show
offline.
where- we might do a whole show where Robbie is not in a car and I don't turn up late.
No, listen. I think doing it in the car is nice. It tells you how versatile we are, Jared. Stop being a bitch about this.
Oh, Trini's right there.
Language,
Hi,
please.
Trini.
Family show.
Well, let's ask the same question from her also. Let's see
Oh
what's
my
her
God.
answer is.
No, I was more thinking now there's going to be a newspaper article going. I say Robbie
Hello.
Uthappa swears in front of his daughter.
No, I pay a fine for it. So
I thought that was over.
no, it's not over. They want to ask you something. You want to say? You want to?
What's that?
This is my earphone.
Can you
want,
hear
can
me?
ask her what you want. Can you
Who
hear
is
her?
your
Can you
favourite
hear her?
cricketer? Oh.
Sorry. Ask again.
Who is your favourite cricketer?
Who's your favorite cricketer?
Nobody.
Nobody. My honest baby.
The correct answer.
That's the
Same.
right answer, baby.
Did you see how he just pushed her out of frame after that? Didn't do that with Neil, did he?
Oh, like I know you're such a dog because I didn't push her off. I can't control her. I don't try to control her. What an ass.
We saw what we saw.
Does Amit says, does Robbie agree with Ambati Raidu? Does Robbie agree with Ambati Raidu about Virat returning to captain the test team?
Oh, you wouldn't want to change Shubman Gill now, would you? Because I think Shubman's kind of put your hand. Shubman's kind of done well as a leader in England, and so I wouldn't change that. But as in if it's given back to like, I don't know. I've heard this rumor that Virat desired to captain the test team when it was available again, when they were undecided about who would lead the test team. So I don't know. Contentious, but we don't know. But I would still have Shubman leading.
Oh my goodness me!
Ooh.
Have you seen this? You know what you're on about with Rohit?
Oh my God. He's just got his feet in the wrong spot on this catch, doesn't he?
Everything is wrong.
Yeah.
Everything is wrong there.
He thought he was closer to the boundary than he was, and then he ended up being closer to the boundary than he needed to be when he dropped the catch.
So,
how did he manage to catch that? Drop that
why
inside
is he
the rope?
fielding there? Why is he standing there? That shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, Rohit should not be at long on.
And also, everything about that is wrong. Completely side on, a yard and a half in from the rope when you should just be stood on the rope. Is this another chance, or is it just, oh my word?
Oh, that's a
Raghavanshi. So, as always happens, when you drop an easy catch, the next ball is a massive, great big six. But
it turned a good over into a poor one, I would say.
All I will say about that other one, though, Rob, is most people would have dropped that over the rope. I think he actually saved 2 runs there. Too soon? If you had 2 bags of potatoes on top of each other there.
Well, it doesn't go for 4, does it? If you have 2 bags of potatoes, if you put the bags of potatoes in the right place, right?
Yeah.
And he's not standing in the right place there, and these are the sort of things that turn cricket matches, because the next ball's gone for an enormous 6, right? So KKR are now about 60% and a bit more, 60, 62, 63. And if he'd have caught that and the new bat comes in now, who's the new bat going to be? Roy? Ramandeep? One of those two, maybe Ryan.
Ramandeep. It should be Ramandeep.
It's like 10% swing on the game taking that catch. It's such a massive deal, and it's such an easy thing to be able to do. All he has to do there is stand in the right place.
Also, that's now
I'm actually going to believe Rob about this.
What?
Because I'm going to believe because he's like he knows the odds of things, right? There's experience there.
Oh, I thought you meant of the catch.
That's a beautiful shot again.
No.
I mean, Rohit's just stuffed that up. He's just got himself in the wrong position, hasn't he? He's also trying to catch it next to his body when he should be catching it in front of his body. He's made a bunch of different mistakes. But Deepak's right. Beautiful. Backed away here, Rinku, and slash this over cover for 4.
I think this is a good matchup for them, like Rinku versus Pace. So he can actually get into this mold.
We got another one here.
This is where I would have bowled. Here is where I would have bowled Bumrah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get Rinku now, don't you? And you definitely want to see the back of Raghavanshi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mad Cat said, I suspect Sakai has been carrying a sports hernia-related niggle for the last few months. I once went out to a guy in a club game for a duck, and the next day he was getting a hernia operation. And the rest of the year, the club called me Hernia Boy. And I tell you, when you're 15 and you're like trying to act cool, and adults are going, "Hey, Hernia Boy, come over here," it's hard to pull it off, guys.
But like Sky underwent a sports hernia surgery, 9-10 months back.
Oh
this guy's having a good
did
day.
Sky go through one?
Yeah. He had a sports hernia surgery like 8 to 9 months back.
What's the difference between a sports hernia and a normal hernia, by the way? Does anyone know?
I have no idea.
A sports hernia is occurs on the field.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's the same kind of hernia, but yeah. Can we just Ocelot? He asked to marry me earlier, but he is also in love with Deepak, so it's good to know he's got options. Singer said, "Thanks for doing this. I love you guys so much. Help me escape from my shitty reality." That's good. Me and Rob have plenty, or me, Rob and Robbie have plenty of stories about our own shitty reality.
Yeah, we've only got another 2 hours here though.
Yours might be shitty. Mine's entertaining, Jarrod.
Yours. Ocelot says Deepak is the Don Bradman of IIT alumni who transitioned to sports journalism. So Baron won't know about this, but like we got to a point where I basically had a mental breakdown because of the amount of times in a conversation that Deepak can mention is from IoT. So to explain this to you, Baron, it's like someone mentioning in every sentence that they went to Oxford or Cambridge.
Okay.
I did not mention that.
And he did it so often that eventually I just went on a tirade and Robbie just was crying, laughing in the corner.
I remember Jarrod going on like, shut the fuck up. We know you're from IIT now.
I think Jarrod kind of cooked the whole thing up. And he was like, remember when we were outside the...
No, do you know what it was? I rang Robbie up. We were in a pub, Baron, and I rang Robbie up and I said, does Deepak mention IoT in every sentence, yes or no? And Robbie sent back going, yes.
He roasted me like anything.
Yash says, what are the changes that should happen in the outfield that would lead to player performance longevity? I don't know what the impact LEDs must be having.
Not much.
Does anyone know what that means? He's talking about the new lights. Because they've changed the lights, I'm assuming. Is that what he means?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because now, like in Ahmedabad also, they have that Ring of Fire, na? That new LEDs. So.
So I think the lights, not the LEDs on the floor, on the ground, not the hoardings, not the LED hoardings, but the Ring of Fire lights are very annoying for cricketers. They're damn annoying for cricketers.
It has made it really difficult to go for the high catches in Ahmedabad.
It is stupid, to be honest. Like, why would you, like for me, I don't understand why anyone would have those kind of lights. You make such a beautiful
about that. Do you do something about that in training? Do you have a coach shining lights on you or something like that?
You can't.
There's no need to call me that.
I love this. Rob, this one's for you. I love this question.
Why can't you? Get someone with a load of torches or turn the headlights on everyone's car just as the ball's in the air.
Rob, are you reading the messages on the screen?
Are you reading the messages on the screen?
A fielding book. Look, we need to get me and Majid in a lab and I'll show you what you're meant to do and where you're meant to stand. All it is paying attention. Like 90% of it is pay attention to the game that you're playing in. That's it. Look at the ball, right? Rohit is standing on the rope. His job is to catch the ball if the ball goes to him, and he decides to wander in 3 yards and turn this way. Makes it really difficult. Just stand this way and catch it. It's dead easy.
We're actually getting some great some great comments coming in because this next one is really good as well. Deepak has like Westlife. Well, my favorite thing about that is there's no way Deepak knows who Westlife is.
Yeah, no chance.
So there was a music band, right?
I mean, yeah, music.
I wouldn't call them that. I wouldn't go that far.
I'm not.
I only know about the music band Westlife. Like,
yeah.
There was
There you
one
go.
band in my childhood.
They're a boy band, not a music band.
Yeah, a boy band. I remember. Like that was way back, 20 years back.
If they relaunch, I want to see Deepak as part of the setup. That's what I want to see.
I don't even know how to make a joke here because I don't know a single Westlife song to add to the conversation.
No, I can't say I do.
Would they like the
Irish
Backstreet
lads.
English Backstreet?
I probably do
like,
as well.
They're like Boys Own 2, aren't they?
Yeah. Hertz says, I suspect this show is sponsored by Maris Piper. It should be. Also, Robbie can finish his dinner before the game. We're getting hungry watching him snacking.
No, it won't happen. Like I really want to keep snacking, or I want to do shisha. I want to have a drink while I'm doing this, but none of these guys let me do any of that.
Shardul's back. He's got 3 for 26. I think we can get this, guys. I think he can end up with a 4 for 40, which I think is the perfect Shardul game.
Yes,
He's
I
really
think that's perfect Shardul.
No, I think 4 for 52. That you got. What did Romario get yesterday? 3 for 55.
We talked about
3 for
Romario. I think
54.
Romario's a 1 for 12 guy, whereas I think Shardul's a 1 for 10 guy.
That's fair. Oh, goodness gracious me! Wait till you see this shot.
Yes,
On your
that's
potato.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of the 10. How good is this kid, man? How
so
good is this kid?
This is why you don't drop
good.
catches, everybody. This is why you don't drop catches, because this can happen afterwards.
Oh my God.
That changed the complexion of the match, I must say. Like, what is the run line right now?
Good
So
question.
he wasn't bitching about the catch when the catch actually went down. 2 sixes later, he's like, see, this is what happens when you drop a catch.
2-2. To be fair, Robbie, I do give a
Completely
little
agree with you.
bit of airtime about drop catches. 2-2-4 is the line.
I'm
right
talking about Deepak. I'm talking about Deepak.
Okay.
Deepak will agree with anyone. He'll be like, yeah, I completely agree with you.
No, I was talking about the shot.
Also, Baron, there's no time you're
this
not
is so
moaning about
true.
fielding.
I
So.
completely agree with you.
No, shot.
Ribu says, with Rinku's
Stop.
ungodly jawline, Ramandeep's testosteronic presence, Cam Green's boyish charm, and Rahane's daddy energy, is KKR the most handsome team, or am I just
You're
fangirling?
fangirling.
Can I just say this, though? Rinku's jawline, do you guys know who Clavicular is?
Who?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Okay, of course Robbie
I've
does.
seen the guy on X. Yeah.
Yeah, Clavicular is one of the new looks maxing guys, Rob. That's trying to make men be more attractive, and he hits himself.
Hang on, slow down. Why do both of you know who that is?
I'm about to tell you why I know who he is, because Baron, he hits himself in the face with a hammer to make himself more handsome.
No, man, he doesn't. He
What
doesn't.
type of hammer?
Yes, he does.
Does
Yeah,
he?
he
I
hits
didn't know
it.
that. But
Yes. Rob's
So
been Rob's been hitting himself with a hammer without knowing about clavicular.
Where's my hammer?
where is Deepak's hammer?
He's almost had as many young people try and marry him today as I have. Oh, in fact, look at the next message by Richard.
Yeah, the Shahrukh of Commbox.
Wow.
You know, Deepak's lost a bet to me, guys.
What's
Just
the bet?
one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
like
what?
as in one of many, but like he was supposed to have. Remember, he's supposed to have. You see, bro, I'm gonna lose weight. Look at me by February and all of that. Yeah, and then if I don't lose weight, and remember, like,
don't-
we went off there.
I don't understand. Every
Like
time
when
I
you
talk
guys
to
were here,
Deepak,
when
he's
you
like,
did
"Oh, my
that
personal trainer's here," but I don't
Yeah.
see the impact of the personal
He and his
trainer.
person,
So he comes at
His
8
personal
p.m. and
trainer
every
comes
time we're
and-
having a meeting. So like he comes there, sits with me, goes back.
he is so full
Comes
of
at 8
excuses.
p.m. My timing is with him is 8 p.m. Because he also comes at 9 in the morning, but I don't get up by that time. So
So you're paying your
Exactly.
personal trainer to come twice a day and not use him.
Swati,
Yeah, and talk to him.
basically, no. Swati basically uses that slot, 9 a.m. one, and I prefer the 8 p.m. one. So my kids end up doing the training with him because I'm on the calls at that time.
See, the thing is, he can do one at 4 p.m., but he won't book one for 4 p.m.
No, he doesn't have a slot for that. He's pretty busy. He starts at 5 in the morning, goes till 11 in the night.
He's the only trainer, no, in Ludhiana.
Bumrah just bowled a filthy full toss, by the way.
Yeah, it was well paddled.
If you can call that a paddle, it's not a paddle. It's literally
Beer
a
to
sweep.
peanuts ratio to
Well,
maximize the
I mean paddled as in he hit it as a paddle, but you're right, it was a sweep. But have a look at the way he does it with his hands, Robbie. It's quite kind
Yeah.
of. But he hit it hard.
So is he doing the wicket keeping also today's match?
Yeah. I think he's keeping. Yeah, I think he's keeping. I love this kid, man. This kid's so good. This kid. No, these. So I actually have this beautiful mushroom coffee, Miklowski.
Mushroom coffee?
It's called. Yeah, it's made out of reishi mushrooms. It's amazing. It's like genuinely amazing. The next time you're in Dubai, when you come to Dubai or when I come to England, I'm gonna get you some. It's really, really cool.
Is it the same one
Deepak's
that
had
you
it.
got from Kenya?
Jared's had. Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
had it.
That's
And I would never
insane.
I think I've
It's
had
amazing.
I've had 0
It's
cups
amazing
of
coffee.
tea and 3 cups of coffee in my whole life, I think.
I don't drink any
You'll
warm
really enjoy
substances, even semen.
Do you want-
Any warm
Bumrah's bowling,
liquids?
by the way, a
Jared.
nice little
No
game.
warm liquids for Jared.
Another full toss, I think.
Jared.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I've done that one. haven't we?
So the Bumrah engine hasn't yet.
Have you done
started.
that? Have you done the IIT thing?
Yeah, I don't know if
Which was
Deepak
that?
said anything about it.
I didn't see it.
What is that
What was
question?
that?
Oh, sorry. Rakshit might, Vignesh might need to find it for us. I think Vignesh is on. today.
Vignesh, find it for us, bro. Like, always find questions related to Deepak,
Yeah.
please.
Hi Deepak. I want to ask your opinion as an IITian on the ideal beer to peanut ratios to maximize attention span while watching IPL games. Oh.
4
Like,
peanuts to a
to-
sip of beer.
Yeah. Like, to be honest, like majority of IITians, they are tanks when it comes to drinking. Insane habit of drinking. Insane.
That's the first time you've ever mentioned that you were from IIT.
Ah, yeah. I didn't even mention that. I was just telling.
You know, the worst thing about this is what happens with these live watch-alongs is you end up in this thing, and me and Rob have had the same thing over times, where you end up with these in-jokes that no one's ever going to get ever again, but you just keep repeating them because everyone puts them up in the comments and the super chats. Like that Maris Piper
what are you on about?
The Maris Piper thing's going to last for years, and no one's ever going to know why we keep mentioning Maris Piper potatoes.
Like for me, I've been teacher 15 years of my life. This is what I used to do on a daily basis. Preparing students for this. So like,
What, eat peanuts and drink
competitions.
beer while watching cricket?
Yeah, would you eat peanuts and drink beer? We're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
so we have another super chat.
Does this say...
Have you
I
guys ever had a mixed onion uthapam? If you know, do you guys know what that is?
I don't know.
Don't
Rob
know.
definitely
I'd
doesn't
have
know
to
what
look
that
it
is.
up.
I don't know what
It
it
is
is. Like I have eaten a lot of Indian food.
Same.
This,
know what a
this won't
dosa
come as a
is?
huge surprise.
Oh, is
Oh,
it
what,
the
sorry?
dosa that looks like a pizza? Is it that one?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
like
thicker version of that.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a thicker version of a dosa.
I think I might have had it. Would that be?
No.
Would that have been something where Is that something I might have got in Pune?
No, dosa
you
cannot
get
be
it in
like
Pune, but
like I think Uthapam
can
can
get
be
it.
can be considered similar to dosa, right? Oh, sorry, similar to pizza, right?
I just
Uthapam.
mean it looks like a
Yeah,
pizza,
that's-
doesn't it? It's round and it's got like
yeah,
colors on it.
that's what. Like it's a version of a dosa, and the uthapam is like a thicker pizza-looking version of a dosa.
Is it? I just thought it's a separate thing
The
altogether.
base ingredients are. No, the
I'm
base
really
ingredients are
bad
pretty
with
much-
food from a perspective of I never remember the names of anything I've ever eaten. And if I did, I would be able to go back to them. So the only thing that like I really ever realized that I was eating lots of, and so I started asking people what it was called and then wrote it down so I'd never forget it, was dal. Because
Did Hardik just lick the ball, lick his hand and shine the ball?
He definitely did this, right? Oh, he did. You know, he did. He just licked his hand and shined the ball. He did. I'll just see it again on another screen. Yeah, you're right.
This saliva is allowed, no?
It's actually more disgusting what he did, guys. He took the sweat from his forehead and then he licked the sweat
Yeah.
on his forehead.
He went like that, like
He
that.
tasted
and then like
himself.
that.
The man just tasted himself in front of 1 billion people.
So he's
I mean, looking at Hardik, it's not a shock. That was a bit weird, wasn't it? That was a bit odd.
Oh my God.
So
Crazy.
224 was the run line,
What,
right?
224
Pretty
was the
much
run line
took-
coming in today. Is that correct?
I know before
Yes.
the innings, KKR were due 184.
Oh, so they're going to be well over that. 184 seems a bit low, Rob, on this pitch.
Yeah, but Mumbai, isn't it? Mumbai were bowling, so everything is taxed.
Yeah.
So
So wide.
Bumrah will be
Over
bowling the
the,
last one, right? So I think still I would say they have still made a decent comeback from 94 for 1 after 7. Like 107 runs in 11 overs in Wankhede. Once you've got the start.
Guys, 224 is still possible, by the way.
Yeah.
It looks like a very good deck, though, doesn't it? I don't think you want to leave
Exactly.
too many runs out on there. Robbie, remember
Yeah, I
the
remember that.
2010 RCB shuffle? Praveen Kumar opening with you and Dravid at 6.
Yeah.
Was that strategy?
Yeah,
Why?
Yeah,
Which
that's all
match?
strategy.
Which
This is
match?
Ray Jennings, right? How good is that innings? Take a bow, buddy.
Yeah.
Proud of you, man. Good
Was
stuff.
that 6? Was that 4?
No, 4.
Of course. Sliced it.
Yeah.
So which match was this? Or was it throughout the season?
I
No
remember
idea about 2000.
Praveen Kumar top bat that day. And he was really rubbish. I remember that innings really well. I was going to ask Robbie about that at some point. I'm going to get the scorecard up.
Do you know, I am an absolute Praveen Kumar truther, even knowing about what happened in Ranji Trophy when he lost the plot and everything, right? And I don't even remember this. This is beyond me, this one.
So finally, we have a wicket. So almost a similar pattern, like the back of the length balls have worked on this.
I wouldn't
pitch,
say
would
that was back of the length, but it was into the pitch a little bit. But
Yeah.
geez, he really hit that high, didn't he? It's hard to hit the ball that high over cover. Robbie,
Yeah, that
why the
was
hell
not-
did
that
you
was-
open the batting with
yeah.
Praveen Kumar?
I didn't open the batting. Oh, yeah. There was one game where he came in as a pinch hitter. I didn't open the batting with him. He opened the batting with, I think it was Callis. Callis always opened the batting. So I think he opened the game in one game as a pinch hitter. But Ray Jennings was all of this, right? He tried something like left field completely.
Did you like
from
Ray
time to
Jennings
time.
as a coach?
I like Ray. I like Ray actually. Like
Did
he was acquired taste for sure. But
his-
if you spoke to him man to man, was a good conversation. I liked him.
Was the assistant coach then Grant Morgan at that time? Was he around? Grant Morgan, really small little guy. He was a wicket keeper. And he was best mates with Ray. He did coach at RCB, but I don't know if it was at the same time that you were there.
No, I don't think it was the same time.
Anaran says, great to see you guys back with Watchalongs. What happened to Cricket 8? You four should play. So, Cricket 8 called us up the other day to say that they might be bringing back some things. And so they've talked to me and Rob. But at the moment, they don't have any money. But if they do, we'll try and get them to partner with Commbox and we can do a joint
What is
Watchalong.
Cricket 8?
It's like a video. It's like a game where you can predict what's going to happen in the cricket, but it's not betting. It's like a like Bejeweled game.
Simulation.
Yeah, so it's just a game that you play. So before each over, Robbie, you can pick what every ball is going to be, and play a
nice.
game. And there's all like you can do all those sorts of things. It's a lot of fun. Me and Rob got into it a lot last year.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a whole new way to watch cricket where you don't actually have to lose all your money.
Yeah.
You can play for.
But you still get the
Coins and
dopamine
rupees
hit
and
of
stuff.
like, I knew that was going to be 3-dot balls. And you go up in a leaderboard against people. So if there's like 30, 50 people playing on that over, you can get a good idea of how accurate you were.
Ramandeep.
Decent over, I would say.
They run 2 there. It's good running.
Coffee drinking.
Could be 3.
Oh.
Overthrows.
Drinking is in this group is sad. Yeah, I don't drink.
How many did they run then?
Yeah, if you want to drink,
3?
if you want to drink coffee at 9 o'clock at night, then you have to drink coffee that doesn't keep you awake all night.
Stress says, words I didn't expect to hear on Commbox. Do you know who clavicular is? Jarrod may be way too online. I am way too online. No well-adjusted person knows bone smashing. I told you, it's bone. He does it with a hammer. I'm going to send you links later, Robbie, so you can see this. It is
No, I don't wanna
insane.
see
Watching a
wanna
man
see
try and change his jawline with a hammer. I'm like, that's one way of doing it.
Boy.
Yeah.
Like, Jarrod, any 2 cents on Ramandeep? I'm just not able to figure out, like, what exactly is his role in the side, like, and why his stakes are so high. That he almost features in all the playing 11s of KKR, because, like, I do not have any such memory in the top of my head where he would have done something remarkable in last season or so. So, like,
Oh,
I'll tell you what he's good at. Ramandeep is amazing at the first ball 6. And when you've only got 8 balls left of an innings, you want that guy. You want somebody that doesn't need any balls to get going. So
Makes
last
sense.
season, they didn't need him that much. He didn't have many goes at it. But the one before, he kept coming in and getting first. You know, he was like 12 off 3 or 10 off 2. And that kind of innings, it's amazing to have somebody that can do that. Is this a no ball from Bumrah here?
Oh,
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. Not quite been himself today, Jasper, has he?
yeah, this is what I was. Maybe he's just come back from a small niggle. We don't know.
Excuse me. I'm just going to look up Ramandeep now, see what he's been up to.
So,
So-
this game, that RCB CSK game where Vignesh just sent us the scoreboard that someone's talking about a little earlier, was in 2009. I don't remember the 2009 IPL very much. I was
hi.
a gonzo in that one. No, I was depressed. I was clinically depressed. I don't remember a lot of these games.
Were you on meds though? You might have been high.
No, I wasn't on meds. I wasn't on meds.
This is last over, so we'll try and get through the super chats just to let the entire
Yeah,
team...
just go through the super chats. Why are we taking so long?
We're not. We've got 2 left. We've been smashing. As this is swept out the free hit. Ribu says, which is more true? There are technically brilliant about shuttle. He creates his own luck. He's just one of those guys with a hot girlfriend and no one knows what's going on.
Hot wife.
Um,
Oh, his wife is hot. Whatever.
You're saying his wife is hot. That's a weird thing to say
Yeah,
about
she's
someone
pretty,
online.
she's pretty good.
Let's cut that out. Socials.
No. Stop. Get your
I
mind out of
know.
the
I think
gutter.
I think his best ball was really good. He just can't always repeat it. So that's why he can take wickets. There's a lot to like. It's
And he also bowls cross seam, so it's almost kind of binary. So if the wicket's kind of skidding on, then it hits the seam, then he's useful. If it hits the shiny spot, it comes onto the bat nicely. So he
But if you look at
is
him
a
as
risk
well-
taker with the ball.
Yeah, but if you look at him, he can swing it. He bowls wobble seam. He bowls cutters. He bowls cross seam. He's always trying something. He bowls more like a batter who's trying lots of different things than he does a bowler who's just bowling the same thing over and over again. Mick Lebowski says, MLB and IPL season starting the same weekend. It's so fun. Have you considered collabing with John Boy? They have a dedicated cricket channel now. They do, yes. No, I don't know if he covers the IPL actually, John Boy. But
Who's
yeah,
John
we'll...
Boy?
John Boy is...
Oh, he's one of these creators in the US. I remember
Yeah.
hearing about him recently, didn't we? We spoke about
Yeah.
him.
Baseball guy that
wow.
analyzes cricket, right?
Yeah, he got into cricket,
Yeah.
and I think he got. I think he might have been the person who worked out that the Houston Astros were cheating to work out call signs.
Sign stealing thing.
Yeah.
Was that him? Wow.
I don't know if he came up with it, but I think he might have got famous around that period. So I think he might have been linked to it, or.
I think this is where Bumrah is special. Like even his low full tosses are so difficult to hit.
It's why he's so hard to hit for six.
Yes, exactly.
Deepak is like, fuck everything that you're talking about. I'm just going to talk about Bumrah.
That's also a solid thing.
So
He's
we have
not-
we
not-
have
not got a
Saurabh
wicket
in our
yet.
team for that.
No
Rob,
wickets for Bumrah today.
Rob, so $52 million has been invested in Betfair on this game, by the way, so far. But my
52?
question to you is,
That's
think
already
this is a
$100
really
million
flat
in
pitch.
2 days, by the way. Yesterday was above a 50 as well, right?
Yesterday was 30 halfway through the first innings, so yeah.
Yeah. So,
Would have
Rob,
been-
what is the number yesterday?
It ended up being about 90, didn't it? 90 million
yesterday.
pounds.
At the end of the day?
sterling, yesterday.
90 million pounds is $100 million yesterday. So then it's
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
So we're on course to $200 million in 2 days.
Yeah. So this
Just,
game,
just on one market, just on who's going to win the game.
yeah. And so this one market and this one game will probably go past $1 billion when you factor in the illegal markets.
Yeah. Deepak, how about this? 220 over 4. 4 runs away from the run, whatever that is.
The run line.
That's a wide.
I'm not too worried about this. The market seems to think that Mumbai has little chance at the moment. I'm not too worried about this. Looks like a good pitch to me.
It did. There was a bit of swing, wasn't there, early?
Yeah, it's fine. The
But they've
spinners
got-
They have
haven't
gone
been
for the
hard.
review, na, against the wide.
Yeah, you have to, don't you, last ball? But that's not a wide.
Yeah.
I think the odds right now are stacked up against Mumbai simply because of Narayan and Varun.
Okay, so the two spinners in this game so far have bowled 5 overs for 65 runs. Obviously, the spinners on the other side are more talented. I'm not comparing them in that way, but so far, spin hasn't looked very good on this wicket, right? And if your main two bowlers are spinners coming in, that's going to cause a little bit of problem. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that Mumbai should be favourites, but I don't think they're massively out of this game at all. Terra Aqua says, is there another Ashwin collab happening in the future? Yeah, of course. There'll be lots of them. I haven't we haven't chatted to him about coming on. But
We haven't chatted to a lot of our friends. We've just been doing this on our own.
We
honestly.
came up with a
Like,
whole list of people we were going to do stuff with, and then we're in the middle of trying to get funding at the moment. So we're all being
Funding,
very busy
yeah.
doing other things. And to
Should
be
we
fair-
crowdfund something?
Well, I was going to say Rob Barron's probably the richest person on here. So
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you basing that on?
the Maris Piper contract.
Yeah.
So 220
I love
here
it.
at the close. We're going to play a podcast in the break. The boys will be back. I'll be
Yeah.
back a little bit later. I've got to pick up a girl from her birthday party. But the boys will be back straight after that. And we'll have a look at this chase. Could be very interesting. I like where this is headed. And we'll be back for more chat on Commbox about potatoes and everything else. 100 years ago, something truly remarkable happened in cricket. No one knew how to get Bradman out. And so some of the smartest minds in English cricket got together in a smoke-filled room at Lord's and they talked it out. It is no different than you talking with your uncle, with you whispering at the back of the bus, with you sitting around in the tea room arguing with your friends. This is what we do in cricket. We love the game, we talk about the game. And that is what we do at Commbox, where the game lives on.
Does that, and he has this uncanny ability to find the perfect length regardless of pitch or batter, and adjust accordingly. It's just, he's just a freak. He's just,
that's a really good point. Like that, I think that is his genius. Anyone can say after a game, well, if you put all the balls on this is why test matches people should learn from analysing stuff, right? You come back day 2 and you go, look, if you push your length forward or brought it back a bit, you'd have been much better because of this. But Bumrah can bowl one ball and go, all right, I've just got to do this then. And he just cracks it, doesn't he, straight away? He goes, oh, this is the day where I should bowl short. This is the day where I should bowl full. This is the day where I should do neither of those things. And I should just go slower balls and off pace, right? He just works it out immediately, nearly every time. He can attack you and get you out. He can bowl dry and wind you up and get you out. He can come on and change massive games. He's so good. And we talk about him all the time. But so we should, right? Because he's so good. And no one can work it. I remember watching his very first IPL appearance, and I thought his name was funny because in England, Bumrah was like the baddie in Thundercats, And
I remember.
So anyone that rhymes with Bumrah I thought was really funny. And then I saw his action. I'm like, who's this guy? And he was quite a skinny kid, wasn't he, when he came on the scene?
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, he's got something. This release point is they're struggling with it, and he's actually really, really fast as well. But I've put my name today as Basil Thampi. Basil Thampi looked like he had a load of stuff when he turned up, and what's happened to him?
Well,
Bumrah's got better every single year.
Just on Basil Thampi, I think it is really unfortunate if your last name is Thampi and you get thumped for the most runs in an over in a 4-over spell in the IPL. Ultimately, I think Jofra broke that record, so Basil Thampi doesn't hold it anymore. But really, really unfortunate for him. Look, we've used a lot of different kind of monikers for Bumrah over the years. Freak, an alien, otherworldly, cheat code. He is all of those things, and that's why he's first pick.
Sure,
Unicorn.
Yeah.
Unicorn,
yeah.
Absolutely.
I was there for that match, by the way, Rob, for his first ever IPL match.
Nice.
First 4 balls went for 3 fours against Kohli. 5th ball, he got Kohli out. And the roar he let out, we could hear through the glass of the press box.
Amazing.
And he was just this 19-year-old kid, and he had been signed. The uncapped players were not yet part of the IPL auction then. So he had just been signed like barely a week before to the Mumbai Indian squad, and he came in with this weird action and everything. And at the post-match press conference, I think Ricky Ponting had come. He was captaining. He started out that year captaining Mumbai Indians. If you remember, he and Sachin Tendulkar were opening the batting. Chris Gayle led RCB to victory in that match. It was in Bangalore. And Ricky Ponting came, and I asked him, like, where has this kid come from? And he said, like, he's interesting, isn't he? He's just, we just signed him 5 days ago, and all John Wright spotted him somewhere. And
Yeah,
That's really cool.
If you think about it, right? Like, Bumrah, you were saying how you could hear his roar in the press box. He doesn't roar anymore. Like, the way he's grown. Yeah. He's just so... he has mastered his art or craft to a point where he's always playing it cool, right? He's just there to do a job, and he plays everything down in a way, I suppose, which is quite anticlimactic if you think about fast bowlers taking wickets. Like, he just doesn't do those things.
He once gave a send-off to AB de Villiers in 2015 in the IPL. I asked him about it once. He just he went like this. He's like, people still tease me about it. Like he said this in Hindi, like, तूने AB de Villiers को send off दिया, because this was 2015 where AB was still AB and Bumrah was just coming up. He had not even played for India. But and now the Bumrah smiles when a catch is dropped off him. Forget send offs.
Yeah, I mean, GOAT is correct because I can't think of another T20 bowler who has bested Bumrah. Like, he is literally that guy. He is him. And we've gone on about him for quite a while. If you want to know more about Bumrah and his journey, Saurabh wrote a love letter to Bumrah not too long ago. I think you can find it on Commbox somewhere. So go look for that piece and we shall move on with this podcast. Rob, who's your first pick?
Yeah, okay. Just to finish on Bumrah, the thing is, you get players in the IPL that rock
I like
up,
it, Rob.
and you watch them for the first game or two, and you're like, wow, this guy could have something. And I'm thinking about guys like Tyagi and Umran Malik and Mayank Yadav. I was like blown away when I saw him bowl for the first time. And then occasionally you get one that you watch, and you're like, oh, he is the thing. He is the thing. Like, he's just getting better and better. And Bumrah's that unicorn. Anyway, moving on, because I don't want Bayram to kill me. Big time Bayram now.
Well, I mean, you felt the same way about Basil Thampi. So
I felt lots of things about Basil. My first pick is going to destroy both of your teams, I think, because I think he should be in this team as an overseas for a couple of reasons. He got jettisoned into the side, if that's a thing, on one of the years, and he played 8 games and he scored 400 runs. And he was different class. And then he did it again the next year. He got 540 runs the next season. This is Lendl Simmons, right? And I think everybody wants to pick Rohit here. And I am trying to block that from happening because he should not be in the all-time Mumbai team, because despite being possibly the best 50 over bat I've watched, I've watched the whole of his career, Rohit. I've watched it from his first, from his debut onwards. He's freakishly good. And he should have been able to crack the IPL. And for one reason or another, he hasn't managed to do it. I don't know whether it's pressure. I don't know whether he can't be bothered. I think he cares a lot more about things like World Cups and playing for India and stuff, and quite right too. But he's never looked all that bothered in the IPL to me, and that goes on to this day. So I'm having Lendl Simmons in. How many am I allowed to pick here? Just one?
Yeah, just one.
This time,
but
you are second.
I could have really done you two over with my other pick. But I'm going Lendl.
Wild start, Rob. Like, first you've pissed off all the Rohit fans. Everyone, like,
I love
like
Rohit,
everyone,
but not in the IPL, I don't.
everyone who is part of Rohit FC is burning Rob Barron effigies right now. That's how much he's pissed them off right now. But yeah, I mean, look, it's a rogue pick. I did think of Lendl Simmons. I did consider him. But if I'm being completely honest, I didn't really do much homework in the first place. So I'm fine. I like rogue picks. And so we have Lendl Simmons as Rob's first pick, which is crazy. Do you want to win this round of live crick picks at all?
Lendl Simmons, right? He came in and he hit that first season 1.75 sixes a game, and the next season 1.61 a game, right? That is better than all of them. It's better than Rohit, it's better than Sky, it's better than Pollard for sixes a game. Yesterday, when we were going through Punjab's all-time team, we had 5 guys that got more than 2 sixes a game, right? 5 of them, including KL. KL got 110 in 55. None of the Mumbai guys do this, right? None of them. Lendl was doing it. All right, his strike rate isn't particularly impressive. He was very West Indian at the time, lots of dots and plenty of sixes, not Johnson Charles level, but he was doing it. I think he's completely fair. And what's the criteria again? 15 games? He's done
15
double that.
games. Yeah.
He had what, 27 or something, 25, I don't know, but enough. He's in.
Okay. Well then.
That is a
Saurabh?
properly rogue pick. Like I saw Lendl Simmons, but I had a different overseas opener in mind for the guy I would pick in I had Rohit in my team. So if you're burning effigies, just make sure that I'm not there in those.
Yeah, no, neither of myself or Saurabh are a part of this. It's only Rob.
Yeah.
Direct all of your hate to this guy, and we can move on. All right, Saurabh, you've got 2 picks in a row.
I've got 2 picks. So my first one has to be Lasith Malinga, which I thought would be Rob's first pick, but I mean, it would have been in a universe where he could be guaranteed we wouldn't pick Rohit. I think he would have picked Lasith, but because he wants to ensure that, so I get Lasith Malinga. He was, of course, the predecessor to Bumrah in a sense. I recently discovered that this is a controversial opinion that Bumrah is better than Lasith Malinga was. The best of Bumrah is better than the best of Lasith Malinga. I didn't think it was a controversial opinion, but I recently, on Twitter, I got a lot of blowback for it, and everyone was like, "Oh, Malinga is the OG." He is the OG, but it doesn't mean that the OG has to be the best. But he is, the second best. So it's like Mumbai have the two best fast bowlers of all time in the IPL in this team already, and nobody is beating them. Because when you have 8 overs of Malinga and Bumrah plus the other guys we are going to pick, it's pretty formidable. So
I mean, Lasith Malinga is the OG T20 bowler, right? Yorkers on demand. If I have to pick the 3 best death bowlers perhaps in T20s, Bumrah, Malinga and Gul are the 3 names that come to my mind, right?
Yeah, Gul was awesome.
Umar Gul was very underrated, but Malinga won the awkward action. I know Bumrah has one as well, but if Bumrah has a later release point, then Malinga has a lower release point. He's completely side on. And look, he was an absolute beast in the IPL. Sometimes I felt like he brought out his best for Mumbai Indians as opposed to Sri Lanka at times, right? Like for a while in between, he was a better IPL player than he was an international player. And this is a bit in the latter half of his career. But I mean, he is the master to Bumrah's student, I would say, because he did kind of mentor him as well. So I would have picked him had Bumrah been off the table. So I'm judging Rob right now.
Yeah, so I didn't want to go for the open goals because Malinga is, like, his numbers actually stack up better than Bumrah's if you go into it. They're actually better for, across the IPL. But on a broader point, which fascinates me with sport, is almost always, and this goes across all the sports, people with unusual or abnormal techniques are the very best, right? You can, and so this is why Sri Lanka is so helpful with cricket and Pakistan to a certain degree when you've got guys like Tariq coming through, haven't you? It's like the guys that do it in a different way. So Malinga was the beach cricket, flip-flops on the floor near the stumps, just honing his technique doing that, right? And look at Usain Bolt, go back to Michael Johnson. You're not meant to run how those, you're supposed to be short and stocky and explosive to sprint. And then this really tall guy just came along, well, no, I'm going to eat loads of chicken nuggets and I'm faster than you lot. And then you're not supposed to run 400 meters how Johnson did it, the Bolt upright, straight back and running like this, leaning back. Frosbury, wasn't it? High jump. Everybody was jumping over and he went, well, I'm going to go backwards. Oh, look, I'm a million times better than all you lot. It's the pioneer. And this is something that I really want to see more of. And when you have coaching, I mean, you can't really call what England do coaching anymore, but England have all these high performance centres at Loughborough and stuff. And it's like they're trying to they tried to kill Jimmy Anderson doing it. They try to make everybody do the same thing. It's like, this is what you're meant to do. Biomechanically, you do this, this, and this. Like bollocks, really. If you want to be the best, you come at it from a different angle and you do something else. And this is why, if you talk to any of these guys, if we had Robbie here now, it'd be like, who do you hate to face? And it's all these guys with Patharana success, his injuries and everything, but it's down to release points and unusual things because your brain is set up to, the modern batsman is set up to face the modern bowler, right? So you need a weirdo to come in. You need something different.
Plus, if you think about it, right, of course, there's the lower release point, awkward action and everything. But at this level of cricket, you are relying on muscle memory as a batter to execute your shots, right? It's trigger points. You judge the length and you go for the trigger. And when they see something which is out of the ordinary, which is true for both of Bumrah and Malinga, it sets them off in a negative way because you are looking for cues in the run-up. You are trying to decipher what delivery this is going to be before the delivery is actually bowled. And the awkward action bowlers kind of kill that entire process for batters as well. So they are rather difficult to face because, the regular right arm or left arm quick, you kind of know what to expect from the action. You're looking at certain things. With these guys, you're completely confused, and I feel like that has a big part to do with his success, Malinga's, but not just that. He also was very, very good at the Yorker. If you think of some of the best Yorker bowlers, his name will come about. And also, I was looking at the numbers. He does have better numbers than Bumrah. He still has 9 more wickets in the IPL for the Mumbai Indians, Malinga. His average is 3 runs less per wicket.
No, I think you're looking for Mumbai Indians. In the IPL, Bumrah has more. Malinga has played a lot of CLT20 for Mumbai Indians. So that's why.
Okay.
In the IPL, Bumrah has more. But, I mean, in the IPL, their economy rates are 7.14 for Malinga and 7.24 for Bumrah. And, when you account for the era, Bumrah is way better. I mean, 7.14 is outstanding, of course. But 7.24 in the era that Bumrah has bowled in is unbeatable.
That is very, very true, of course, because cricket is so fast-paced now. Malinga wasn't around for Sunrisers Hyderabad, for instance, and Klaasen did take down Bumrah, right? We remember that. But also think of this from a team construction perspective. Both of these guys, Malinga and Bumrah, they'll give you power play overs in the middle or through the middle and at the death.
Whenever
You can use them however you want to,
However
and that
you
is
want, yeah.
quite the luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Before you move on to your second pick, Saurabh, I think it's a good time for a short break. You guys are watching Commbox Live with Behram, Saurabh, and Rob. So go nowhere. We will be back very, very shortly.
Cricket has never finished at the close of play. It lives in the arguments, the memories, the comment sections. Cricket makes you talk. Commbox is entering that chat.
Welcome back to Commbox Live. You guys are with Behram, Rob, Baron, and Saurabh, and we are currently constructing an all-time team for the Mumbai Indians. We have only managed to pick 3 players in over 18 minutes, so I suppose this is going to be a long one. Saurabh has one more pick to go, though.
I mean, that's because we spent 16 of those 18 minutes talking about Bumrah. I could still say something. You know, you said Malinga is the OG Yorker merchant, but look at what Bumrah did in the England semi-final in the T20 World Cup. He bowled an over full of Yorkers in a match where 500 runs are scored, where you know that only Yorkers are going to come and they still couldn't hit him. So that's just, I just wanted to say that. But my second pick, it's interesting. There's a lot of, absolute superstars to choose from. I think I'll go Kieron Pollard.
Yeah, I would have gone Pollard as well.
I mean, I had a couple of others who I could have gone for, but I just thought Pollard is... Pollard actually has a slightly weird, I mean, it's weird in an elite sense, career for Mumbai Indians, where his IPL strike rate, if you just see, is 147, which is way lower than what you think it should be, right? Like, you look at Pollard, the batter, and you think that he would have been 150 plus. But that 147 is because he had his last season, actually 2022, he struck at 107 only. That brought it down. And his first season was 185, and then he had a couple of May seasons. But why Pollard is remembered is because during Mumbai's title-winning runs, he has somehow done exceedingly well. Like I'm just checking. In 2020, in their best team ever, he was striking at 191. In 2013 he was at 150, which in 2013 was equivalent to like a 180 plus now. In 2015 he was 164. So he's just brought it in the years that Mumbai have won, which is why he's held in such high regard also. I mean, he was anyway a fantastic player, but that is also why he's held in such high regard.
I mean, there's a reason why he's a part of the coaching staff as well. But when you think of Kieron Pollard, even beyond Mumbai Indians, I remember the first time I properly saw him whack it in T20 cricket was in the Champions League T20. He was playing for Trinidad and Tobago, and he went absolutely berserk. This was a different kind of Kieron Pollard. He would bowl a few more overs. But, look at the utility that you're getting. He's clutch with the bat. He has been clutch with the bat for Mumbai.
We love the game, but we love the stories. Fans have stories. Former players have stories. Journalists have stories as well. Commbox brings them all together. The game lives on.
He is one of the greatest boundary riders of all time.
Hi all. I think so. I'm the only one who's back, right? So let's wait for others to come in. But I think good start from KKR. The best part is Vaibhav Arora's matchup against left-handers have always been good. So he's a different beast against left-handers. So like if you look at his numbers against left-handers and right-handers, there's a stark difference in that. So we saw that he was getting that shape away from the left-hander in the first over, and that works for him really well. So Muzir Bani in IPL. So this is going to be interesting. Good question, Tarun. On my English channel, I actually did a preview of Mumbai, the season preview, and I got roasted for this thing. So like when I had given my feedback on this, that it'll be tough for them to basically be that defensive with their spin options, especially on a ground like Wankhede. And people actually kind of roasted me because the thing is, Kazanfar is not even among the top 3 spinners for Afghanistan at the moment. If you look at the World Cup squad, also they were like Rashid, Noor, and then there was Mujib. So, and I'm not very sure like how his recent numbers are. Like clearly, last season there was a lot of hype around it, but this is what happens with mystery spinners. Certainly, things can change drastically for them. And with Mayank also, it's been a little hot and cold for him. And Santner definitely becomes a bank, but in World Cup, like in 8 matches, it took 2 wickets. So that's also another important point. So Rob is already here. So Rob, what's your take on Mumbai spin bowling?
Well, they need to get some spinners first, and then I can talk to you about it. They don't have. It's not something that they've been all that bothered about, is it? When you look at KKR and what they've got at their disposal and have had for quite a few years, Mumbai have never really gone that way, have they? They don't seem to set up at the auction. I mean, Santner, for me, isn't somebody that you can bank around getting wickets. That's not Santner's job. He's try and keep you to 6 or 7 and over type guy rather than getting wickets. And he's steadily getting less dangerous as a wicket taker. Obviously, he's injured. Despite what Jax did at the World Cup, you can't really call him a spinner. So I get why they went Gazamfar, who's a proper wicket taking spinner, isn't he? But relatively unproven. But the Indian spin stocks have been pretty bare, haven't they? Would you say, Deepak? For quite a while now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, to be honest, I think Karan did fairly well for them in the last season. So Karan Sharma, he was out of the box kind of a thing for them. Won them a match in Delhi where that Karan Nair was going bonkers, and then suddenly he turned the match on its head, and then also did well in one of the matches against Rajasthan, if I remember correctly. Even though the time when he came into the scene in that match, the match was pretty much over by then. But still, he was decent. I would not say that out and out brilliant season, but still, he was doing the job for them. And but apart from that, I have not seen consistent good spin bowling options like the local spin bowling option from them.
Yeah, I don't think it's hugely hampered them the way they set about everything. But I'm surprised they don't have, I don't know, the inclination to go for one of the big name spinners, a proper gun spinner. But it doesn't seem to be the Mumbai way. It never really has it? Like, who have they had going back down the years? I can't really think.
I think it's also a lot to do with their home ground Wankhede, because it's just a small ground, red soil, generally very flat deck. So, like, apart from Krunal Pandya, like, who's very good when it's even not spinning, there are not many options also, the people who would actually be able to do well on this kind of a surface and with this kind of a stadium also. So like out of all the top bowlers who have already been picked by the sides, like people who were there in the auction or people whom they could have actually poached, I like not Adil Rashid. I have mixed feelings because on this ground during the World Cup also he got hammered by Nepal. Like what, 42, 43?
Yeah, that was his really bad day, Rashid. Aurora's still getting plenty of swing here, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, Rashid is somebody that in another go round of his career, he plays 7 or 8 IPL seasons, I think. Like he's that good. But his India numbers, for one reason or another, haven't been particularly great over his career. I still think he's wonderful. Like he's a brilliant player. But he was in that bit of IPL where if you were an overseas spinner who wasn't really known for batting or fielding, you were going to really struggle to get in an IPL team. And that's kind of what's happened over the years, I think. Aurora to Rohit again now. Now he's got one. Bang.
That's Rohit for you.
That's what I want to see from Rohit.
Exactly.
High intent. That one, he kind of knew was going to come into him, didn't he? And set himself for it.
And this is the problem with Weber. Like when it comes to right-handers, he is a very different bowler altogether. Like his numbers against lefties are insane. Like some of the best numbers you would see in entire IPL, I would say. But it's a huge drop-off when he has to pair up against the right-handers.
Yeah, he goes at over 10 and over against right-handers and 8.5 against lefties, and that's not a massive sample. It's 30 games.
But like if we look at their wicket-taking abilities against righties and lefties, there's a stark difference in that.
Yeah.
So
he's averaging just in these games. So I basically ran all my numbers for doing my work for this IPL with 2023 onwards. I don't really care about before. It doesn't help with the stats. And then I cut it down to mainly IPL. This is all his cricket, but I've only got 31 innings in my sample here. But 33 average against righties and 22 against lefties. That's a big difference.
Yes, it's a big difference. That's what I was saying. Even before the last season, his numbers were even better. So in 24, he was even better against the lefties.
Right, let me answer that question on the screen. What are the odds of Rohit striking over 200? I assume you mean strike rate rather than 200 runs, but the strike rate is something like 30%, maybe slightly less than that he gets strike rate of over 200. I think over his career, it's not something I have in front of me, that number, but over his career, he's probably one in 5 innings the way he plays. What's his IPL strike rate? 130 something. Hang on, let me look at the numbers. Rohit's strike rate, the last few years though, his strike rate's been 154, which is absolutely fine opening the batting. Nothing wrong with that. I got pelters from everybody for not picking him for the Mumbai all-time team. But his overall strike rate for Mumbai hasn't been that great, and his run scoring as Rickleton joins in. Six. So if he's going for sixes off both of these, they're probably going to have to. It might be the end of Aurora, because he's not great at coming back, is he?
Yes, NB is not their go-to option at the death, but now they don't have options also.
So many teams are the same though, Deepak, aren't they? Like, where's the death bowling in this IPL? I know they had Patharana. To be fair, they tried. If you're going to sign anyone, Patharana is probably the guy you're going to sign. But clearly, he's always a huge fitness doubt at the best of times, isn't he, Patharana?
Yes. And also, even if he's fit, we don't know whether he's match fit or not. Because if the sling in his action goes even little off, I would say he becomes a pretty average bowler. So the release points actually are very critical for him. So what he saw last IPL also, he was little higher in his release point and his entire effectivity was all gone.
Yeah, it's a good point because Rickleton's climbed into another one. I don't know whether he's got it or not. Yes, he has.
Yes, he has.
That's probably the end of Aurora now.
Exactly. It has to be.
But Patharana, when I first saw him, I thought we found another one here, like a proper death bowler who is his first couple of years before the first proper injury, no one could hit him for six. His six numbers were as good as Bumrah. Like nobody, his 6 percentage was so low. And then after the remodel and the slight change in action, like you say, that release point comes from here to sometimes here and sometimes here. All of a sudden, he started getting whacked for a normal amount of sixes, which wasn't his thing. And even though he was backloaded and people going after him, he never, because of the release point and the sling, he wasn't getting hit for sixes. But then he was. Such a shame because I had really, really high hopes for him. But he cannot stay fit. Like from a betting point of view, you can't back him for season anything because he's never going to last a season the way he's set up biomechanically.
Oh, so Jarrod is back.
Here he is.
Hey.
You can have him in the center.
Sorry it took a little bit longer to come back, but it turns out that when someone says, I need my inflatable lion, it's actually quite hard to work out what a balloon lion looks like.
Whoa. Did you look at that shot?
Wait, I haven't got there yet.
Rohit has taken 2 steps back and absolutely clattered it over what? Long off or mid off in there somewhere?
No. I think it was extra cover. I think deep extra cover.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. I've just seen it again. What a shot that is, though.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
As I said, I wasn't sure about everyone losing their belief on Mumbai here. It's one of the few times, Rob, that there was value in Mumbai.
Well, the market really did fall out of love with them after the first 9-10 balls when they were 3, and now they're odds-on favourites, new favourites, Mumbai Indians.
And it seems like a better batting surface now in the second innings. The ball has stopped gripping in.
Yeah, so Aurora's your swing guy, isn't he? And he didn't get the wicket with it, and he didn't really control it. And as you pointed out, Deepak, Rohit got what he wanted in terms of the swing. It just swung into him a bit, and he was stood there waiting for it.
Yes.
And he got clattered last over. Muzarabani's already done. Like, look at his body language right now, Muzarabani.
Yes.
He's looking
pretty
he's
down.
down.
Yeah.
He's already misfielded 1 for 4 that went straight to him in the first over. That should have been, he cost his side 2 runs. And now he's been hit for a 6, and he looks like the world's against him. He's a really, really good bowler at the start of the innings, Muzarabani. Get your head up, steam in, and try and knock him over.
Exactly. And the body language was very disappointing, to be honest. I was just about to say the same only. Like, you don't expect he's supposed to be their key bowler in the power play this season. So you don't want your key bowler to like show that kind of a body language and like 8 balls into the spell. And he has stopped pulling his regular stuff. He's gone back to the slower ones and a massive drop in the pace. Like 96, 98 kilometers.
Interesting one here from Singer who says, do you think Fizz would have bowled better on this pitch had KKR not removed him? He's probably more suited to this pitch than Blessing is.
Yes, exactly.
But that's not going to be the case for every game either. As much as I love the Fizz, like Blessing is suited to a lot of wickets as well.
I had Muzarabani as one of the absolute best at the start, first 2 or 3 overs of wicket taking.
Not just in T20, by the way, Rob. If you do your stats right across all cricket, it's all 3 formats.
Yeah, and he's a big, strong, tall, scary man, right? And he got it going in the World Cup, didn't he? And I don't like to see that. The misfield clearly affected his brain a bit. But why is his head down now? He's bowled 7 balls and he's looking upset. Like, come on, man.
I think I've seen that happen to him occasionally. He's someone that sort of goes between uber confidence and struggling sometimes. He's just one of those players who maybe has higher highs and lower lows than others. I remember the West Indians always talked about this. Of their big thing was, if we can just be balanced emotionally, we will beat other teams because otherwise we get too ahead of ourselves.
Ridiculous shot. That was insane. That was dismissive. That's going to take a lot of hit on his confidence.
It's gone for 6.
That's gone for 6.
So both the opening bowlers have been whacked for multiple 6s. They've already got 5 6s. This doesn't bode particularly well for them, does it?
Yes.
Well, if the spinners don't get anything out of this could actually be a really bad loss.
And with Mumbai, generally you don't expect fast starts when they're chasing 200 plus. It's the middle load order that basically bulks it up most of the times. It'll be like they're in hopeless situation, like 100 for like 2 or 3 in 12 overs, and then suddenly they wake up. So this is what we see from them in the chases. These are the Pollards of the world, the Hardiks of the world have won big matches for them. So like the high chase matches for them.
And Rickleton is a guy that keeps going. He actually gets faster after the power play, Rickleton. His middle overs numbers are really good.
Insane.
He doesn't mind giving spin a good whack, Rickleton, if he's still there after the power play. You want to be getting him out.
Robbie, you might need to put your headphones on because we can hear everything twice.
Oh, you can hear yourself.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't hear myself, but if I could have heard myself, I would have been happy. But I could hear Rob Barron twice, and once is
no one wants that. Chakravarthi in early.
Yeah, I don't mind this. I like him as a 5th over bowler. I think that's a nice little time for him. Because if he wasn't as good as he is in the other overs, he could be like a Mujeeb type bowler bowling more with the newer ball. But you don't really need him to do that. So I like giving him the odd newer one because he is very good at getting it to skid.
Yeah, Chakravarthi in the 5th over. Interesting. Wouldn't you give it to Sunil actually?
No, because I want a wicket. I want a wicket, so I want the guy more likely to take the wicket.
Who's that on the floor?
He's cramped. Yeah, he's cramped, I think.
Who's he?
Ajinkya Rahane.
At cover.
Fair enough.
He went down like a sniper shot him. Did you see that? Like, because they had the wide screen on.
Cramp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
It
cramp.
must have been a cramp. For sure. It's a bad one. Oh,
Yeah.
Fuck, I feel the
Mumbai
pain
is
in
humid
these
also.
If you
no?
can't walk off a cramp, it's really bad, isn't
cramps.
it? That's.
Up. Yeah. It is
By
nuts.
the way,
Mumbai
the
is
support staff of KKR basically look like they have pajamas on.
Yeah, they technically do, don't they?
I mean, technically all cricket is pajamas. Like, I do understand that, but Richard asking you, Rob, who's man of the match today?
Help a brother out.
Can you bet on it now? I don't think you can.
There are some places that let you bet halfway through, aren't they? You told me that one.
Yeah, the most likely people now are one of these two right now, because Mumbai are favourites to chase. It will be a Mumbai bat. I don't see how they give it to Shardul for his 3 for 40 or whatever it was. It'll be a Mumbai bat that wins it if Mumbai win. So, yeah, one of these two. Rickleton's problem in the last couple of years has been that he hasn't done the big one, has he? He's looked really good, I think.
Between 40 and 60, right? Over and over again.
Yes.
Loves getting out for 40 as he's looking great. But to his credit, he's not one of those guys that slows down after the power play and tries to get his 50. He doesn't do that. He just keeps going. And that's what I want from my openers, right? If he's playing well, keep going. Don't just suddenly start knocking it around because you've got 40.
Well, random person says, opinion on playing Rickleton over De Kock. I just think Rickleton's a better T20 player than De
Of
Kock.
course he is. So we had these conversations before the
In
tournament.
better form also.
And I was like, well, obviously they should pick. I thought they were going to pick De Kock because he played for them before and people seem to like it. Also, he scored 100 against India recently. But Rickleton all day, every day when it comes to numbers. And Rickleton's really consistent at getting you the good start, whereas De Kock isn't. De Kock is, and this is the last 4 years, 40% of his innings have been under 10 De Kock. You don't need that in a season in the IPL. You need somebody that's going to keep getting you good starts, not somebody that's getting those scores nearly half the time.
He's going out. Rinku's leading. That's nice.
I just say
Good for
that
Rinku.
as a cramper, I don't enjoy watching people cramp. It's such a horrendous thing.
Same. It
I
is-
get cramp all the time.
It's the worst thing. Yeah, not enough magnesium in your body then.
Rob,
Zinc
do
in
you
it.
What
get
do I need
sex
to take, Robbie?
magnesium?
Zinc and
Magnesium.
magnesium.
Yeah, you can actually get
Magnesium
those.
glycinate
What do they?
at night? You
What do they give the
get
cricketers,
ma-
Rob?
Just take
that,
magnesium glycinate at night along with some zinc, and you will be as good as gold, man.
There's those tabs, the replacement tabs, Rob, which has the magnesium in them, and you just put them in with a drink, and they're really, really good. That's what I use.
Right.
Yeah, Rob, do you get cramps having sex?
I can't remember.
I've got a mate who gets cramps having sex, and,
I'm married, Jarrod.
and it's the funniest thing because I was asking him about it because he knows I cramp, and he's like, "How do you stop?" And I said, "I've never seen you get a cramp before," and he's like, "I get them during sex." And then I looked at his wife, and his wife's like, "It's so awful," because he just stops midway. And he's like, all these sorts of things happen. Anyway,
Oh, what a pity. Poor thing.
I mean, to be honest,
Oh, how good is that shot? My word.
Boy.
Fuck
That
hell,
is
man. That is a shot
delicious.
and a half.
If he is going to play like this the entire season,
My
Boy.
God.
is this the Rohit that we've been waiting for in IPL forever?
forever.
there
This
too.
is the
Yo,
best
that's
I've seen him
sheer
start.
timing, dude. Like,
That is
done.
lovely.
Best I've seen him start in an IPL season, I would say.
Shush,
in
shush, shush,
ages.
shush.
That
This is what they need.
That is so
High
good.
intent Rohit, and this is what we should have been seeing from him for 12 years.
So we have seen two top class shots from two of India's best batters. Virat yesterday with that chip down the ground.
I like
Now
how in between everything Deepak suddenly tries to do commentary.
You mean straight after I'm telling a story about my friend cramping during sex?
Yeah. Like, oh, someone has to call, like
Oh, hello.
someone has to call the game. Another boundary from Rohit.
I
Predictable.
got stuck.
Because he knows the lengths that he's going to be bowling to.
I do also think that Varun is he's just struggling with his lengths in general and has been
Yeah,
for
but
a
like-
while.
But Jarrod, why it has happened so quickly to him? Because he was doing really well in the World Cup, and suddenly he's just not able to find his lens. It's all over the place.
It is called
Yeah, I don't know.
analysis, technical analysis of
Could be.
of players, and where they get scored for boundaries. So the analysts see where the maximum percentages of boundaries come, and where he bowls reactively after that. So one thing you know for sure is that when you hit Sunil Narine for a boundary, the next ball is going to be a fast off spinner at length, always, always. So the minute you're
Trying to get
starting
you to turn it off
analysis-
your hip for one, right?
That's
Yeah.
that's his career, money ball, isn't it? The definite single towards square leg somewhere.
Yeah. So, and the thing with Varun has always been when you play aggressively to him, and when you take him down and put him under pressure, oftentimes he doesn't know how to respond to that. He gets reactive and goes directly to bowling defensively. At that point, someone's got to remind him he's the number 1 T20I bowler in the world. So he needs to kind of back himself to bowl wicket-taking deliveries. Because
I do
anyone
think-
trying to play a shot to him off the length is actually taking a risk. Right?
I do think there's an element with him, and
That's so true, Amu.
yeah, where he basically, what Amu said is about, that's what I was about to say. And I think Kuldeep does this as well. I think with both of them, they just default to defensive just before they need to. And sometimes I think that if they just kept attacking, the guy would just eventually get bowled or hit one straight up in the air. But they've already decided not to do that. And Sunil Narayan's different because Sunil Narayan's already defensive. And then what he's doing is getting you off strike. That's very different to these guys. They don't have to play that way.
Like even with Ashwin, I used to feel the same. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, because this is what I used to feel like. Whenever he used to get hit for a six, he used to go a little too quick or a little too defensive straight away.
I mean, to be fair, the problem with Ashwin is that for every one delivery he wants to bowl, he has 38 plans. And I think in T20 cricket, that was just, I think it actually, I think there were, at times, he just had too many different options. This is
See
fun.
that one? Oh my god.
This is what I want from Rohit. He's
That is a
so
shot
good at
and a
this.
half.
He didn't get that either, I don't think.
So Rohit is asking you this question.
You can ask it then,
Guys-
Deepak.
Guys, can we just
In the super
admire
chat.
Rohit's batting for a bit, please? Because he's
No, you
he's
can't.
so
You're not
good.
allowed to. Let's talk about
So
cramps and
good.
sex again.
73 meters. That's a half hit for Rohit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just all timing, isn't it? Guys, just look how early he's getting ready, right? Like that tells you how much time he's got. Like how stable he was when he hit that ball.
The close-up, the slow motion shot from halfway through, you could see that before the camera's even panned, his foot is fully on the ground, ready to play that shot.
Correct.
Um,
So if you ever see a batter with their toes up in the air, it means that they're being rushed. It's not even that he's not being rushed. He's literally he's going to bowl this ball here, and I'm already ready to hit it. That's AB de Villiers, Garfield Sobers type batting.
Yes.
Rohit doesn't run twos hard in the power play ever.
And there's a
And-
beautiful
and he
video of
took it.
Virat
Yeah.
also where he mentions
But that was
like,
before Rohit got fit, man. This is fit Rohit.
there's a beautiful video of Virat where he mentions about this AB de Villiers way of batting. And he said like how would I pick that up during his series in South Africa. Like he said that he studied AB de Villiers, this planting the foot methodology to do well in South Africa. Like how he balanced and how stable he was.
It's a crazy shot, that one. Also, he hit it straight up in the air. Went 40 meters up in the air.
Robbie, I've got a question for you, right? So when I'm watching the telly, and Chakravarti's last ball to Rohit at the end of the last over would have been wide by a meter if he left it. And he reached for it on the leg side, reached for it and took a single. Now, in my brain, when I'm watching the telly, I'm like, why don't you leave it? Is it that you can't? Or you're like, I could get 4 off that ball, so I'm going for it? Or does your brain ever say, this ball's going down the leg side, so I'm going to leave it and get an extra run, and he has to bowl it again as Rohit hits yet another one?
Can I just
into
finish
the middle of the
admiring the
crowd?
shot first, please?
Stop with your nerd questions,
This
Rob.
is vintage Rohit. That is, you don't bowl there though.
God.
You don't bowl there to
Yeah,
him, do you?
You can't bowl back of a length to Rohit when he's getting ready
Not
so
at this
early.
pace.
Look at the time he had.
Sid, I was saying, please admire his hot dad bod. Let's all become Travis Head.
We are being Travis Head, aren't we? We're just looking at admiring his batting right now. Well bowled. That's a good response.
Yes.
Again, that ball is not a defensive delivery. That ball is being bowled to take a wicket, right? And then he's been forced to play defensively because that's a quick Yorker at 145 clicks.
And this guy was rapid. He
Jeez, he timed that Yorker well, though.
He
It almost
did,
burst
though.
through covers.
Yeah.
Sorry, Deepak.
No, I was like, this guy Karthik was really rapid. He was even. I
He's
saw him
changed his
touch.
action up.
Yeah, he's changed his action a little bit. But this one looks more smoother, to be honest. Like,
Oh, missed that one. So, Rob, I think you know what it is. Oftentimes, when you have like momentum going your way and you're dominating the bowler, even though you feel like okay he's bowling a wide ball, you're so clear about how you want to attack him that you're committed to something already, right? And you're committed to playing a shot already, so you're not thinking about the wide. So and you're almost in like a reactive state, right? So your ball's bowled and you just want to put back the ball because you feel like you've got the bowler under the pump. So I think it's with that mentality when you kind of playing out there, you sometimes even the wide balls you tend to play them. It's like you know when you have momentum going your way in the death and they bowl wide Yorkers, and then so even the balls outside the line, which you know it's well outside the wide line, and you're standing stationary, you still go for that ball because you feel like if you connect it well, you'll get a 4 or a 6.
Fair enough. So I shouldn't shout at the screen, why the hell aren't you leaving that? You get an extra run.
No,
I
you
think
can.
it's-
If you didn't, it would feel unnatural.
I think the ball's down leg side, Rob. I don't know how you feel, but I feel when the ball's down leg side, that's almost an automatic shot. I think that's a really hard one to leave because your whole life,
If you get 4 or 6, that's net positive, right? That's good. But if you get 1 off a ball that would have been a wide,
No, I get it. But what I'm saying is, I think that's an automatic shot that's very hard for a player not to do. I think the wide of offside, wide of offside one, I think you can make a conscious choice with, right? But I think the one down the leg side, it's who was it? I was writing about this recently. Was it someone went out? Was it Mohammad Siraj went out to a ball that was bowled down the leg side in the World Cup, I think, and he didn't even need to play the shot, right? Like it was just a bad delivery, but just instinctively he goes to play the ball down the leg side and ends up being caught there. I just think that's just a natural one, which is why you see, Alex Carey in test matches. Like he knows that everyone's going to just have a leg slip to him from here on in, but he can't not play that shot. I think that's a much harder thing to do.
Was it Ashwin that did the amazing lead?
Who? Ashwin,
was it Ashwin that did the amazing lead?
Yeah. That was a great one.
Melbourne.
I've also, though, seen Rob in the ICL batters who saw the ball going down the leg side and have managed to get their pads in the way of it somehow.
The double fix.
To stop the wide.
The double fix is the most hilarious cricket you can get, where the bats are deliberately not scoring runs and the bowlers are doing their best to leak them. That's when it really.
There was one game in the ICL where that was so blatantly obvious for about 5 overs that both teams were paid to do a different fix.
Yeah, so I do a lot of work now on the integrity of cricket, and some of the stuff you see at the lower level is very disappointing. Narayan's back it. How about Mumbai have had the highest power play here, and KKR got 78. Mumbai beat that. Going back to Srisanth, I watched one of his games the other day, Robbie, and he was captain, and he opened the batting in a rain-reduced T20. He opened the batting and got like 3 off 10 and got out reverse, trying to play a switch hit, clean bowled, and then he didn't bowl until the game was already lost in like the 20th over, and then he bowled spin. Riddle me that.
I remember this. This is a Ranji Trophy match. This is a Mushtaq Ali match, right?
No, this was a Legends game like a week ago.
Oh, that's Srishant being a captain. He honestly believes he's a really good batter. Um, he backs himself as
I
a
have
batter.
some news
Don't
for him.
make me tell another Srisanth story this early in the season, guys. I do have about 25 of them,
go for
and
it.
I don't know them as well as
Go for
Robbie
it.
does.
Go for it. Tell us a story, please.
Well,
So we have a super chat.
okay, I'll
We'll
just
get to
quick.
the super chat. We'll get to the super
I'll
chat.
quickly do the Srisanth story. So when he took me to the ground, there are a bunch of nets in Kerala that are next to the Olympic Stadium, the athletic stadium, and there's a bunch of nets on the side. And he took me there, and he told me he was becoming an all-rounder. And then I watched him face a bunch of guys who were basically my pace bowling to him, and he still didn't look that comfortable. And I went, it's a long journey, isn't it? he burst into laughter because he was only batting to impress me. And the exact opposite had happened. I kind of admired the way he tried to bullshit me all the way through the time I was interviewing him.
But that's Sri.
Yeah.
Sri loves to bat. Loves to bat.
He had a nice technique. There's a bit of like rabada about him where you're just like, it looks good, but I'm pretty sure you're not very good at this.
Yeah,
It's
it
still-
looks good but highly ineffective.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, sure.
He's that's a shot from Rickleton, and that is not expected. Him smashing Narine. 5 sixes each. No, 5-4 to right. 9 sixes already, and they've only we're in this. What are we? 7th over.
Yes.
Bloody hell.
I would assume, I know Rohit's got one of the best ratios of sixes in the power play. I would assume Rickleton would be pretty high up as well. Like, because there's a lot of power play batters who, even though they attack a lot, still hit a lot of fours. But these two seem like guys who hit a lot of sixes.
Well, we know Rohit is, but Rickleton's getting loads better at it. And there was signs of that in the World Cup, wasn't there? That Rickleton looked like somebody that could actually do the 200 power play strike rate, which is not something that he's done earlier in his career. He's like a 150 guy normally.
He's actually taken a long time to get to this level. He's hitting his batting prime right now.
Good on him.
Yeah.
So like Andre Nell and Srisanth, like is it like the most I would say obvious story in cricket, like the kind of personalities of both of
It's
those
my
gentlemen
favourite
are?
cricket moment. It's definitely my favourite cricket moment out of anything.
I
that's
think
ever happened on a cricket field.
many of them would agree to that.
Yeah, that's a top cricket moment. That's a
Anyway.
cool cricket moment.
Also, because they're just both such ridiculous human beings, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
let's
That's
just
what
be
I'm
honest.
asking.
I mean, the full stories about Andre Nell, which I can't tell in the watch-alongs, are just absolutely
come on.
wild.
Oh, will you
I
podcast it
can't
for
tell
us?
these ones. And if you don't know what they are, you can ask me later, and you know why I can't say them. But one day I will try and write a big feature about Andre Nell because it's a fascinating story from the beginning of his career to even the last couple of years as he's come back as a coach. Because there's a lot of weird stories about him. I will say that if you want to Google one, which is why he left Surrey, is a fascinating one. Of the Daily Mail did a hit job on him, but he might have brought some of that on himself.
But like for me, he was like the early version of Wagner, like 130-ish bowler, really kind of intimidating the batters with like
130-ish, Wagner?
no, Wagner was 130-ish only.
135-ish, yeah.
Yeah,
138.
135. So that was it for like Neil, for even Nell also. Nell was also not that fast.
But Nell was tall. I think that was a
Yeah,
big
he was
difference
tall.
there.
Looks like it's
I
a
think
close one.
Chance and dropped.
Missed it.
I think Andre Nell is actually basically Merv Hughes without the mustache. In that they're talented
Good
bowlers.
analysis.
They were big guys with talent, but actually they realized that if they just behaved like absolute idiots the whole time, that would actually help them, right? Where actually they were both very smart bowlers.
But he was not that quick, right? He was 130-ish only, right?
Who?
130, Andre Nell.
Yeah. And Merv wasn't that quick either. Merv wasn't
Yeah,
a quick bowler. Merv Merv would get you into and Andre Nell the same. They would get you into pissing contests.
Right, it's on one today. Lovely shot, that pure power.
Oof.
I don't know about Varun bowling around the wicket here, Robbie.
Yeah, I don't think so as well.
That's too defensive from him, to be honest.
Also, if you're going to do that and you're just bowling wide half volleys outside off stump, you're just allowing him to swing his arms. He's pretty good over covers, Rohit. I don't know if anyone's noticed. Like, if you're going to come around the wicket, make him hit to the leg side and put everyone out on the leg side.
Yeah, you can't pitch that ball so up to Rohit. That's like bread and butter.
Did we get through? We got a couple of super chats. Siddharth says, "Can blessing please bless us?" He has not. Petrol sniffing doofus says, "Missing Bayram's energy." By the way, petrol smells really good. Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh, lovely.
it really is. Like, no one ever says this. Obviously, it's addictive and people use it like a drug. But God, there's a reason why. It's the only drug I'm ever tempted to take is petrol. Anyway.
What about crack?
Nah, crack.
No?
I don't like the
That's
little
because you already
bubbles.
Crack.
Well, don't knock it till you tried it, guys.
Also, I just feel I know nothing about drugs in general, but I just feel with crack, it takes a lot of effort. I feel like I've got to heat something up. I've got to have a glass thing near me.
Yeah, but once you've done it a few times, it's like second nature. It's just part of the process.
No. No.
How do you think I always have energy for these multiple watch-alongs?
But yeah, Bayram, obviously Bayram's got a newborn and he's got the PSL going on. A lot of stuff going on in his life.
He is smashing the crack now.
I don't believe Bayram is on crack. I don't want to talk for him though, so he might be on crack. Like, I don't want to say he's not on crack if he is on crack, because that would be awkward. Abe says, any chance of an AB collab? I mean, maybe until he heard this whole crack conversation. Could you imagine if we had AB on this chat at the moment? Of all the people in cricket, that would be a great one.
Oh god.
So AB's anti-crack, is he? Is that a Commbox first?
He's not anti-crack, but he's not pro-crack.
Okay. So it's hard to get sponsored by crack as well, isn't it? There's no like official seller.
Probably can get an anti-crack sponsorship.
Yeah, exactly.
Video
That's more
says,
likely
Robbie,
to happen.
what did you tell Tuatia at 14 of 21? And then he played that over.
Thank you,
off the
Vidya.
contract.
Thank you. Oh, that's another top shot. He's he's on a roll, this guy.
So you were there at the non-striker? I didn't remember this, to be honest.
I'm always there when good things are happening in cricket. Right?
That's what Robbie said to his crack dealer.
So Robbie has all the amazing
Oh,
non-striker
God.
stories, like 30 ball 70 from
nice
UV,
one, then.
260 to like 264 from Rohit, and this Tavatya thing. So like, must be top 3 for you, the non-striker stories.
No.
God.
I've had a few, man. So
Ah,
I don't know. For me,
See,
it was what I actually told him was, I told him, listen, like, you're trying too hard. Right now, I think the best thing for you to do is just stand still and watch the ball. So if you can get ready early and just watch the ball and have the same intent, like you want to hit, but that just make sure that you get ready early and your head is still and you're tracking the ball. If you do that, you'll hit the ball well. And so after every 6, I went back to him and just repeated the same thing. Still head, watch the ball. Still head, watch the ball. Still head. And then when he missed the 5th ball, I told him, fucking hell, just keep your head still and fucking watch the ball. And then in the 6th ball, he hit a 6 again.
nice.
Yeah, that's what I said to him, Vidya.
So there's a thing in basketball where they say Rudy Gobert gets a lot of screen assists, which is a way of giving him a stat when there's no stat available. I like the idea that Robbie has a non-striker assists. Where he's literally, maybe Robbie's best cricket was when he wasn't facing. That's all I'm saying.
Did you just compare me to Rudy Gobert?
I did compare you to Rudy Gobert, who, if you remember, shut down the world of sport. I love Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert's a legend.
In your eyes.
Baron, do you remember the Rudy Gobert press conference that shut down the NBA?
I do not. You're gonna have to remind me. I must have seen it.
It was when COVID first started, and he went along and he didn't believe in COVID because remember, this was really early on when no one knew anything about it. and he made a joke, and he picked up everyone's phones and like put them on his face. He might have even licked things, from what I can remember, right? And then like the next day, Rudy Gobert was found to have COVID, and that was the NBA basically just shut down the whole league after that. He can block every shot. He could block the entire NBA.
Yeah, he was quite emotional as well, wasn't he, Rudy Gobert?
Yeah, he's still playing.
Yeah.
Shyam
Question for
says,
Robbie.
Robbie, serious question. I'm not sure this is the show for this at the moment, but okay. Do muscles actually help in T20 batting? Like if someone was built like Alan Rickson in Jack Reacher. Alan Rickson's had quite a big week, by the way, if you guys want to go Google that footage.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
But have you seen
What
the
happened?
full...
Timid
So
for Jack Reacher, right? Like for what he like. Oh shit, that was dangerous.
No ball?
It was dangerous.
Yeah.
Clearly no.
Maybe just
And
under the
it is
waist. They will
space.
check it.
No. It's like 148.
Yeah,
was
that's
quick.
that's hitting him in the stomach. That.
A full toss is always the fastest ball in cricket.
But yeah, so Deepak, essentially what happened was, I think a guy decided that he was going to try and get Alan Rickson angry so he would hit him so he could make money off it. But this guy just runs out on the road in front of the motorbike over and over again and is pushing a guy who's 6'4" and made of pure muscle over and over again until eventually
Richer looks like he's 6'8", bro. That
Yeah,
guy
he
is so
looks
big.
bulky.
they
also.
make him look 6'8" in the show, but he is only 6'4". Come on, you've done enough watch-alongs with me now to know that I'm very wrong with this. He might be 6'3.5".
Yeah, maybe.
But he's pure muscle though. He's a ridiculous,
massive.
Yeah. So and then in the end, Deepak, he decides to hit this guy after this guy's pushed him off his motorbike twice, and it doesn't go very well for the dude. So do muscles matter? Oh,
What did we see?
yeah, it was an English neighbour as well. It might have been Rob Barron who he beat up.
It's possible.
There's always an Englishman with a punchable face. We've got one on this show.
So Robbie, what is your take? Like, is it an advantage?
Having muscles? Because you got jacked
not
one year,
necessarily.
man.
Yeah. In between, I have, yeah. Well, it's not necessarily. Well, it does grant you a lot of power. But again, even when you hit a 6, if you hit just past the boundary line, you get 6. If you hit 20 rows back into the stands as well, right? Oh my God, he just dropped that.
Another drop.
Yes.
Yeah, Rob, I'm waiting for you to go. I'll pause my story.
Well, that one is hit straight to him it's a beautiful parabola, right? The arc is perfect. So you can't say that you can't pick it up. You can't say it's the lights. That is just a perfect arc into your hand. So if you're paying attention, you're a professional athlete, you just have to get your body in roughly the right place. There's too many moving things.
If you open the potato sack.
Why is his back leg dragging along the floor when he's catching that? It doesn't need to be. It's just a really, really rubbish effort. Just really bad. Who is it? I haven't seen it yet. That's just crap.
It was Varun. It was Weber of Arora.
Okay, yeah, just dreadful.
He's got lovely, what I would call Lego hair. He looks like he's got a Lego character's hair.
Well, there's only one Lego character in KKR team.
So even though like Tyagi got hit, but I'm kind of liking this new action of his and some zip about him now, and
He's
a little bit
always
of
had
grouping
zip,
also. Yeah, but a little bit of grouping
always
also
has.
because he goes all over the
Grouping
place. No?
maybe, yeah. He's a little
Yeah,
bit
but
more
I'm liking the
consistent,
grouping. Yes. So he was there in the team also, no? When you were with the RR
RR,
in
yeah.
2020. But he was not that zippy at that time. At that time he was.
on the zipper
He
meter.
was.
He was quick.
Oh.
He was a third zippy, and now he's a quarter zippy.
I thought he had
I
plenty.
remember
about
him bowling that death over, that final over where he defended like with 7 or 8, right?
Yo, how good is that shot?
So easy, isn't it?
The timing on that shot is ridiculous.
That's the oldest thing, all t-shirts.
And I'm not even sure he was fully in control of it either. I think there was just an element of like, I'm just going to hit this hard because I can just time it here. You should do a collab with Jamie Alter. We have. You guys have done
We
a
have.
show with Jamie, haven't you?
Yeah, we did a podcast.
Yes. It just came out today only.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a fun lad. He should come and join us.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep,
So
he's
we've already
around.
done a collab with Jamie Alter. So Robbie and me did it. So it's on Commbox Hindi and also on First Empire. So you can watch it on both the channels. It was a beautiful 90 minutes discussion that we had. And
How many
one
minutes?
thing that we need, it was 90 minutes, so 1.5 hours. Oh, yeah.
Amazing
discussion.
I love how precise you are with all these things.
So
It was
to
a
be precise,
90-minute chat.
89.
Yeah.
It was
It could have been 89 in 30 seconds. I'll go back and check.
No, it's actually 89 something.
I knew you'd know. That's what they teach you at IIT.
Ah. Gosh. That's what you get if you're a dyslexic.
Guys, we probably
This
might
is a
have
good
a
message.
potential. That's so true. That is so true.
There's no doubt Deepak is at the front of the bus and me, Robbie, and Rob are at the back just talking trash the whole time.
1,000%.
They need 10 and over here, and they're 89% to get it. That's where we
Crazy,
are
isn't it?
in 2026. They need
And
10 and over for half the innings, and they're 89% to do it.
What I almost said before, I think it was the end of the power play, I almost said, like, what over do we think they'll chase this? Like, and it was a ridiculous thing to say because obviously the Ryan hadn't bowled yet and everything. But there was an element of my brain that was thinking, they get this in the 17th?
Well, it's like yesterday. We
Same here.
didn't need to talk about the cricket for the second innings because we knew they were going to chase it. And
Yeah.
isn't it mental? They scored 200. And Cody was like, well, that's not enough, is it? I can do whatever I want. I can play however I like chasing this 200.
Just get back to this question for a minute because it's quite interesting. So I used to be really, really
Yeah,
skinny.
So
Yeah.
I think you can hit it, but the outcomes, Sham, are still the same. You hit a 70 meter six, or you hit a 100 meter six. You still get only 6, right? So
But
doesn't
isn't
really
it
add value.
I think the difference is that the mishits that aren't quite off that dead center still fly for the bigger guys who are stronger.
Yeah,
a
so
little
I
bit
think
more.
again it depends on. So, see, the thing is, if Rinku gets big, will it serve him? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But if an Andre Russell gets big, will it serve him? Of course it will.
Yeah, guys like Tim Davis and
relative.
Corey Anderson, those big guys, they can miss hit sixes in a way that no one else can. But they're not
Exactly.
traditional batters as well. They are slightly different. So I was, when I got really big, I came back to cricket and just found it really easy to hit sixes. And when I lost weight, all that went away. And it wasn't strength. It was almost the movement through the ball, right? Of just being a bigger guy and everything else. So there is an element of that, but you'd still need to be a good batter. And a lot of the guys who are really, the Andre Russell guys, are also more hitter dependent, right? They're not batters. So you can hit a long ball. Like Nicholas
Right.
Pooran is not a big guy, right?
No, not a big guy.
He's
But
not
he
that
generates
tall
a lot
also,
of
right?
velocity into the ball, right? So that is
Good
so
ass.
That's also
He's got a good ass.
yeah.
He doesn't have a Shimron ass.
lot of
Does
power.
Shimron have the best batting ass in cricket, Robbie?
I think so. Currently, yes.
Yeah, it's a great ass.
This was dismissive, yeah.
Robbie's
Yeah, I
really
think so.
thinking. Richard Levi used to have the best ass.
Richard Levi.
Do you remember Richard Levi? That was a good ass.
That Northants team had its fair share, didn't it?
That Northants team had a lot. Because if you look in baseball, a lot of their biggest hitters have incredible asses.
It's
Yeah.
probably a thing.
It's the hips, right?
It's the core, I would say, isn't it? Maybe?
What's
No,
your
it's
biggest
the-
muscle,
it's
isn't
the
it?
hips. When you
The
when
glute.
you rotate the hips into the shot is where you generate the most power.
Join us
batter.
for more ass chat tomorrow.
This one is for Rob, I guess.
So I would have said, Pandy over a long sample size. Pandy's been a very, very good
Yeah.
fielder for a long
He's
time.
been so good.
His
good.
his boundary stuff is excellent as well because he patrols the rope quite well and he's got a good brain for it. So he's standing in the right place a lot of the time. I think Pandy out of that lot. Roy's been
Yeah,
sort of almost
I
a
agree.
specialist fielder in all his IPL appearances, mind you. Has he scored a run yet in the IPL? He's like 4 off 6 balls or something, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I just
Hey,
having a
Robbie,
look at that
Manish
run.
is your age or younger to you?
Younger.
That single that Varun Chakravarti that's very Phil Tufnell, Monty Patisar. That was properly bad fielding from a bowler because he could have stopped that and he just went, I don't want to.
Lazy. Yeah.
I do not want to
Lazy.
go over there and stop that. I was always taught as a child that the only important fielding you ever did was off your own bowling.
Yeah.
Everyone else can go suck a fuck, but I'm not letting a single extra run off my bowling. Temba
Yes, he
Bavuma
does.
also has some arse. Yes,
I
but
agree,
not,
Anurag, he does.
not a great T20 arse, though, does he? His arse is more for the other formats.
What a fielder that guy is, by the way. Bavuma.
Oh,
brilliant.
brilliant. Insane.
Are we just going to get people putting in players' asses now? And Chris, 21 off 16 before his drop.
Is he good beyond number 3? He's batting at number 4, Clasher.
But is that what he's
So
asking?
he is good beyond number 3.
Where's his ideal spot, though?
3 for me.
3 for me
Opening,
too.
ideally. Ideally opening.
Yeah, I
But
think.
then Rahane
have-
against spinners become a big problem, right?
You
So
got to
can't have. Yeah.
you got to have Rahane opening
Yes.
because he's too slow at starting against spin. So you have to have him
Yes,
opening.
exactly.
You obviously got Allen opening, but you then should go Raghavanshi 3 and I mean Green would be nowhere near my team. But if you're playing Green, then he's 4, or maybe you make him do something else and bat 7 or whatever. But I don't think Green's a 3. Raghavanshi looks like a 3 to me.
So
Raghuvanshi.
Opener?
Yeah. Raghuvanshi is really
Opening
good as an
match.
opener as well.
opening match for Mumbai, and they are 139 for 0 in 11.1. I didn't see this coming, to be honest. Like, I think last time they won the opening match was way back in 2012. It's been 13
So the thing
years.
is, I'll tell you a stat that we as a when I played for KKR is something that we always paid attention to. If we beat Mumbai Indians, it always augured well for us in the season. The Mumbai Indians head-to-head was always something that if we beat them, then we ended up having good seasons and we ended up doing really well.
And that's a brilliant start, because this has almost happened every time they've won the trophy. Like, it happened in 2024 for sure.
Mick Lebowski
Yes.
says,
Happened in
starting off the
14.
tourney with the two
We
worst
beat them in
bowling
14,
lineups.
we beat them in 12.
Is this,
Went on to win the championship.
are these the two worst bowling lineups? KKR and Sunrisers? I'm trying to think of another one.
Yeah. No, I think most bowling lineups in this Tata IPL are pretty average.
Well, this is what I was thinking. I was just writing some notes down, actually. So he's
Lot-
on
Outside of Mumbai is good.
Punjab.
Lucknow.
Punjab.
Chahal, Arshdeep, Ferguson, Marco Jansen, Harpreet Brar.
Yeah, I like that.
Decent. That's decent.
What I would say is, and I've been talking about this for a while, I think teams are still thinking defense. And watching these last two games, I don't think you can. I think you just have to take wickets now.
Yes.
I think you actually need to take active risks again, because these players are just too good at hitting 4s and 6s without taking too much risks. So you have to try and get them out.
They just showed Rohit's control percentage on the screen. It was 91%.
That's quite good.
And the guy is 78 off 37. So he's in full control and he's hooning it everywhere. You have to get poles, right? And you have to take catches. When they hit the ball to the fielder's hands, you have to catch it. I think Lucknow's attack is probably the worst, unless Mayank Yadav is really fit, which I don't.
I forgot about Lucknow, yeah.
How's Shami? Do we know?
Shami has done well in the domestics. He was good in Ranji also. Took a 8-wicket haul in that semi-finals against JNK,
He got an
I
8 for
guess.
Sydney, but how fit is he?
Like, I'm assuming that if he had a proper Ranji season, he should be fit. That's the ultimate test for your fitness, if you're able to play red ball cricket, right? So,
Playing regularly as well, right?
yeah. I think Delhi also has a good attack, to be honest. Like, they have a decent attack. They have both the spinners are Bank, Kuldeep, Aksar, even Vipraj can give you a couple of overs. Natarajan, they have been working on him for quite a long time. He's been training with them for almost last 6-7 months now. So Then they have Akib Nabi, who is in the form of his life. And
Lots
they
of
might
that
have...
for him.
Yeah, then they might have Stark also coming back in quickly.
But isn't
Is that out?
I don't think Stark will
the end
play,
of that
really.
right?
Oh,
Good
good
God.
catch,
Finally,
Anukul Roy.
The professional fielder.
Yes. Who else do they have, like Delhi?
Ngidi, arguably the most informed bowler in the whole world.
Yeah, exactly. He is. So that further adds to the numbers like Ngidi, Mitchell Stark, Akib Nabi, Natarajan, Kuldeep Yadav.
I'm actually really interested to
Aksar.
see how Stark bowls in limited overs cricket now when he comes back, because he doesn't think much about it anymore, and he's finally got himself really good in Test cricket, like at the top level, again after a long break. It'd be interesting to see, because he hasn't been bowling particularly well in white ball cricket over the last couple of years. Like, he hasn't been bowling like Stark. I think this comment from Rohit's a little bit unfair, but funny. And then we've got more Ask chat. Coach Afez says, just to add to Ask talk, hips are the balancing muscles. The better you can balance, the more force you can transfer from the ground. I love that we've got to this point in cricket now where we're talking about things like transferring from the ground.
Yeah. Physics.
Nice.
Physics, man.
So he is actually a
Physics and
professional.
buttocks.
So yeah, Athar is actually a professional trainer. So he's even
he?
trained Olympians also.
Has he trained you?
No.
No, because you don't use your personal
Athar,
trainers.
can you train Deepak, please?
So he did have. We did have. I think we had a small chat on this. So then he gave up on me. So like,
Arthur, if you want to train me,
untrainable.
if you want to train me, I'm more than happy to. Because at the moment I just jog.
Did you
until I get
actually
tired.
have a conversation with him?
Yes.
What kind, Deepak? If you could be any kind of athlete, what would you like to be?
Chess.
That's a bloody good answer. A sensational answer, really. Also,
But
will
you-
accept e-game.
The chess is pretty hard, to be honest. The overall syllabus for chess is insane.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
it's
chess
syllabus.
boxing?
No.
What is chess boxing? I
So
think
chess
you've told me
boxing-
about it before.
What?
It's a really, really good sport. Basically, it's set up in a boxing ring, and you play 3 minutes of chess with your kit on, and then you have a boxing round for 3 minutes, and then you sit back down and play 3 minutes of chess, and you just keep doing that until somebody wins one of them. Either you knock out or checkmate.
How do you move the pieces with the gloves on? Am I being stupid?
Well, like this, obviously. You are.
Are
being
they
stupid.
big pieces? They're not like little tiny pieces.
No, they're normal size pieces, but you just go like that.
How are you not punching the whole board over all the time?
The funny thing is the chess decisions get worse and worse as you're getting whacked in the head by the other guy. But
There's an
it's-
experiment that I don't think we needed to prove anything.
Well, it's a good sport, but it's not as good to watch as the phone box boxing. Now that's a real spectator sport. That one.
Why don't you tell Robbie about the fact that you always bet against batters after they've been hit in the head, which is basically your chess boxing theory.
True. So this is a thing, Robbie, and basically, if somebody gets hit in the groin or in the head, I just automatically back their unders straight away, because the amount of times, because you're like, you can't think straight after you've just been hitting the balls, can you?
Yeah.
You can't. It's not possible.
It's impossible.
But for like a minute. And same thing if you've
I
been
can't
hitting
stop
the head.
thinking about you, Baron, when I get hit in the balls.
So people who are discombobulated can't think straight, and they're not due the same amount of runs from that point as they were before being hit in the head or the bollocks, right? That makes sense to me. Does that ring true as a batsman?
Yeah, maybe to a certain extent. Maybe for the first 5 minutes after you get hit. Maybe not so much after that.
No,
have
not
you,
after
have you checked
that.
the stats of this?
Yeah, so I got somebody who's a lot cleverer than me to try and do the numbers. It was very difficult to run the stats. So he had to scrape all the crick info commentary for like certain words. Obviously, you should ask Alex Hales, because he gets hit in the spuds. Next time you play paddle with him, ask him what it's like, because he gets hit in the balls like once in innings, doesn't he? Him, Stokes, Livingstone are the big three for getting hit in the spuds, aren't they?
Ben
Who was it that
Stokes.
got hit twice in a row? Was it
Ben
was it
Stokes,
Hale or
yes.
Livingston?
Wasn't it Roshan Mahanama was the first guy that we have on footage doing that we hit a one day in Australia, wasn't it? Got hit in the nuts 2 balls in a row. Really good player, and literally I would say
Somebody else who got hit
80%
in
of
the
cricket
nuts
fans
twice.
remember him for the nuts.
I think it might be Livingston.
Livingston gets hit a lot. I looked into it when I did my research on the Ben Stokes piece. Livingston was someone who kept coming up, or actually maybe got flat and then came up. Robbie, we could talk to our. He's going to hate that I'm mentioning this, by the way, but we could talk to our great mate Stuart Meeker about this because, of course, he really got hit in the nuts, guys. His was bad. His was really bad. Mitch Marsh has had 2 really bad ones as well. Mitch Marsh has almost lost his.
Yeah, that.
I've
last
had a bad one in the
very
in the under 15 World Cup selection. Yeah, so I've never really got hit in my abdomen guard before that, and the selection match is going on and I'm batting, and we had this fast bowler called PAVN Raju. Those were his initials. PAVN were his initials, and predominantly in swing bowler, and swung it in the air and off the wicket as well. So he bowls on in the new ball, batting on about 20 or something, and then I inside edge one onto my abdomen guard, and the abdomen guard splits open vertically and then pinches my skin between the crack. And I was like, oh God.
I saw that happen to a guy
Yeah,
once.
that is literally the sound.
I remember the guy that happened to us just kept screaming, "Can someone help?" And everyone was just looking, going, "We don't know what to touch."
Yeah, but luckily it wasn't the penis. It was the testicles. So I was like, it was bare.
It's very, very. You hear that?
Sorry, hang on. Can we get that clip, please, to send out on all socials?
If we make an ad for the Watchalongs, can it just be that?
Really, really serious face when you said it as well.
Oh boy.
I'm clipping that myself. Never mind the social.
Oh, we also shouldn't be using the word clip at this stage after what we just did. I remember the first time I played with a hard ball when I was about 6. I went into the nets and all the kids said, "You need to take a box in." And I went, "I'm not putting that on my nuts." And the first ball I missed hit me in the nuts.
Yeah.
I was like on the ground in pain, and my dad came over and went, "That's why you wear it," and just walked off. He didn't even help me up.
That's fair.
But 6 was pretty early, I would say. 6 is pretty early.
Yeah, Australia went nuts.
I was
With the
about
ball,
16, I think, and I was training. I was a hockey goalkeeper, and I was training with these guys that could shell the ball at 100 miles an hour, and a hockey ball hurts if it hits you.
I played all my cricket with that only. So.
And I never wore a box because I was like, well, I've got really good reactions, so it's fine. You're not going to hit me in the bollocks. Like everything, instinct will take over, and it's going to be fine. And they said, listen, you're playing with senior internationals who are much, much faster than the people you've been facing at whatever club you've been playing at, right? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. 100 miles an hour is nothing, no problem. And they said, you should be wearing 2 boxes here. And I was like, all right, I'll put a box on if you keep going on about it. So I wore a box. And I think he was called Callum Giles, this guy, and he could genuinely shell the ball at 100 miles an hour. But what I didn't know is when you get to the top level is they're actually aiming between your legs because you can't move. You've got big pads on your legs, right? So you can't move. You can't do that movement in 0.2 seconds. You can't physically do it. So they're aiming between your legs, which they weren't doing. I was doing all these saves over here, and they're aiming basically at your bollocks. And he hit me second ball, and oh my God, like I can still remember
Feel the pain.
Remember the pain of that. And I was like, okay, that was good advice, the 2 boxes thing. But yeah, if I hadn't have worn a box that day, I don't think I'd have fathered a child.
Faf du Plessis wears 3 boxes, doesn't he? That he's got. Someone will remember the name of it. He's got a special name for it because I did a video on the Ben Stokes thing, and he shared it, going, "This is accurate. I do actually have a triple box."
Wow, boy.
Yeah. So we've gone from asses to dicks, as Singer has noticed. We've gone from back to front, not front to back.
It's always going to end up there, wouldn't it?
Robbie, luckily it was.
He didn't say nuts, by the way, guys. He actually said lucky it was the penis, not the testicles. If I'm not mistaken, he went.
Yeah. We had testicles in there. It's this is something that. Hang on. What time is it? 6:09. Right. I am definitely getting that as a clip. It was just good career moment. That.
Like, kind of disrupting you all from this and putting in one nerdy question. And like, always wanted to ask this. Like, why, like, the under 15s...
Any question you have, you've always wanted to ask, Deepak.
It's been sitting with me for 30 years now. So, like, why the under 15 and all these ballers get more swing? So, because I've played only till that level. So, okay.
They both slower through the air, no?
So, that's why they get more swing and drift and everything. Because I clearly remember the professional cricket that I've played, obviously till under 16 only, even some of them were able to swing with a semi-new ball also, but we have not seen that as the speed goes up. Definitely now I understand because it's also speed of the ball. But is it like they kind of tend to compromise their skills to improve the pace as they go up?
It's harder to swing the ball the faster you bowl.
Yeah, it's harder, no?
Yeah. So if you play club cricket, the ball actually swings massively in club cricket. And
exactly. That's what I'm...
As you go up the levels, you realize the ball doesn't swing anywhere near as much, but it's only because it doesn't need to because they're bowling so much quicker. That's why it's very hard for a 90-mile-an-hour bowler to bowl swing. So Brett Lee is a very rare kind of bowler, right?
Even Dale Steyn, I would say.
Yeah, those sorts of guys. There aren't that many 90-mile-an-hour bowlers who swing the ball consistently, right? Like it's not an easy thing to do. If you look at the great swing bowlers, they're generally a lot slower, right? That sort of Matthew Hoggard, Terry Alderman, even Shaminder Vas, those kinds of guys.
Do you know why Hoggard
but like,
had this run
remember like 2006 under 19 finals where that India versus Pakistan, who was he? I don't even remember. Who just ran through the entire Indian batting lineup. It's like bundled out for 71, I guess. Rohit Sharma, Pujara. I don't know. I don't remember that bowler. He was getting insane level of swing. But then when he came onto the international scene, he was just not the same bowler. He was not getting that swing and also. Under 19, that finals was insane. I think Pakistan scored like 110. And then India got bundled out for like 70 something. Like they were like 6 for 10 or something to begin with. Rohit, Pujara, all of them. It's banana swing happening both ways for him. I don't remember the name of the fast bowler now.
Do you know why Hoggard had his? I just found it in his book. Why he had his run up, how he had his run up, and how his release point happened. So, if you can see that there, he did a drawing of his garden when he was a child, and basically it says, "My mum would kill me if I went anywhere near the flowers, so I had to run round the flowers, and then the shed was there. So he had like a really narrow run to go round his mum's flowers and avoid his dad's shed. And he was like, so I had to do this run, and then his run up in Test match cricket ends up going all the way around, round the flowers and through the.
Have you got the Steve Kinane book, Rob? Which is Steve Kinane went back and I think it's mostly Australian players. But he went back and talked to all the Australian players about why they played the way they did and traced it back to the shapes and all the kind of backyard cricket they played. So Matt Hayden played in a backyard that was really long and thin, right? So it didn't make sense hitting the ball square. You had to hit the ball straight. And there were all these different things that played a part in the way that different cricketers...
That's my story as well.
Have you got one of those?
I have two stories. One is so
then stop eating and tell the story.
Sky got out.
Yeah.
This match is donezo.
Yes, it's done.
So maybe we have to speak to Dunzo for a sponsorship. Okay, so Sir Viv actually played in a ground where the offside was really small, and there's a house with the mango like kind of farm on that side. So if he hit the ball there, then it was out. But the leg side on the square boundaries was massive and huge. So basically, he would come across the line and flick that side.
Yeah.
And that's how his game developed.
I know, because I wrote that in my book,
Right.
and I told you that story. It wasn't.
No, you
it
didn't
was
tell
a
me that
woman.
story. I read
It was
that.
a woman-
I read that.
Yeah, it was a woman
I
who
read that
wouldn't give the
somewhere
ball
else.
back. That's what it was. It was at his school, and the woman wouldn't give the ball back. But yeah, you're basically right. Maybe you should read my book.
My story was, I lived in an apartments, right? So right in front of our apartments, there was a small 30 by 40 site that my dad had cleaned up, and once he got that cleaned up, the kids would play. There were about 10 apartments, 10 flats in our apartments, and then 12 flats in our apartments. And about 11 of them had kids, so they're like 15, 16 kids, and all at the same age. So we just grew up playing every sport on that little field that Dad made for us, right? So that's the field. This is the field, and there's a house here. There was a road on this side, and there's a house here, and there's a road on this side, and the apartments were here, and there's a house in front of this. This side of the in front, straight down. So if you had to score runs, you had to score runs in the V or over mid wicket, over the building. So if you hit the ball over the building, it was considered a 6. If you hit the ball into the terrace of the building, it was considered a 6. And if you had to hit a 4 or 6 down the ground in the V, there was a main road behind this house here, and there was like a drainage that was there, right? So the ball had to go past the drainage for it to be a 4 or a 6. And you had to hit over the house in the V to score 4s and 6s. There were no other 4s and 6s otherwise. So I kind of literally grew up between the ages of 4 and 14 playing just down the ground in the V like that.
I
And
thought
that's
you were going to
how-
say that there was a crease, but the crease was actually on a knife's edge. And so the only way to bat there was to run away from the crease down the pitch. And so that's why you... No,
That was a terrible one.
I grew up with a bunch of guys who had like really dodgy backyards, and so there was no flat spaces. And so I'm even to this day, I'm better on a pitch where the ball's nipping around or spinning sideways than I am when it comes dead straight, because I concentrate more. It's really weird on how much it actually gets you used to things when you're older.
Muscle memory.
Guys, let's do some super chats. Are we done with super chats?
No,
There
we'll
you
come
go.
back to it. Just before we come to the super chat, can I ask you one question? Do you still... So me and Rob were worried that Ajinkya Rahane had batted too slow, right? And that he hadn't capitalized on the good start. This is what we were talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to bring that up when Rohit and Rickleton were batting.
Yeah.
Because for me at that point, I was going to say, look how well they're batting after the power play. And that is what they missed out on, right?
That's a good one.
How many players need to have an off day for Mumbai to lose? I mean, they're not a perfect side, right? There's still some issues within their team. Attacking spinner is one of the ones that you would probably prefer to have, but they're a really good team. I think we all agree on that. True Serum says, I'm sensing a bit of an issue with the T20 game where we're just getting desensitized to 4s and 6s, just like with the NBA and too many 3s. What do you guys think? So the only thing I would say about this is the IPL is the fastest scoring league. Not all T20 cricket is like this. And if you were just watching the World Cup, there actually was a lot of low scoring games, right? And I think the IPL is specifically going towards this at the moment. But also, I think batters have been batting too slow in T20 cricket the whole way through. So I think the batters are actually the ones who have caught up now. So I'm not as worried about it.
The game's developed and the skills are developed, and at the moment it's skewed, particularly with the IPL, with the pitches and everything, it's skewed too far towards just belting it. But the NBA, if you look, there's a brilliant graphic somewhere, which I haven't got time to look up now, but there's a brilliant graphic somewhere that basically it did the number of points scored from where on the court for basketball.
Kurt Goldsberry is the guy who made the graphic, yeah.
Right,
So it
it's
changes
amazing.
from near the ring to wide.
And
there's
basically,
nothing-
it used to be loads and loads of people scored 2-pointers like inside the key. Like, what the hell are you doing that for? You know, from 8, 10, 12, 16 feet. Like, no. And then someone like Steph Curry comes along who can drain threes with his eyes shut. And it's like, well, actually, 3 points is better than 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
And people realise West Indies were the first to do it, really. They were like, well, look how
gonna
many
say the same
points you
thing,
get
yeah.
for a 6. Like, just whack it out of the ground. You get so
The West
many-
Indies, when you talk to them about this privately, they would say the same thing. They were like, why are we risking ourselves for a single or a 2? When, if we're going to take a risk, we'll just do it for a 6. It just makes more sense to us.
It's
And,
math.
Eventually the maths wins, right? And I think that's a big part of it. But at the same time, we don't have to have these kinds of wickets for every game. And if we had these kinds of wickets every time, It will get a little bit dull. The problem with the NBA at the moment is sometimes you'll watch a team lose, and it's just because they've hit 20 or 53 pointers. And so all you're watching is people missing shots. And so it's not as entertaining as it used to be at times.
Exactly.
But it's actually a far more athletic and dynamic sport than it used to be as well. So there are pluses and minuses to modern basketball.
If you talk about football also, would you like footballs of 1980s or like what happens today?
Yeah, so
when
football's
there
on the same thing. You can find the same graphic on football. So what used to be,
exactly.
you used to get a lot more varied shots in football. And then people started going, well, there's no point taking these shots because no one ever hits them. The shots we need to take are from these positions. But what happens is then everyone defends those positions. So if you watch the NBA, what's really funny is that the mid-range now is completely empty. So if you're good at scoring in the mid-range, you absolutely tear teams apart because no one is trying to defend that. So, yeah.
Yeah, so you get people like, speaking of football, Guardiola comes along and he took it off somebody else, off Johan Cruyff, and says, this is how you're meant to play now. And we're just going to play out from the back. And the way you score a goal is you go pass, and then you pass it into the goal. Rather than what England used to do is you're like, well, you have this massive big bloke at the back and you have this massive big bloke up front. And this is how you play football. And everything completely changed.
Was that run out, by the way? Did he just run himself out, Rickleton?
Looks like it.
Oh, yeah,
my God.
Going on. Yeah, just dawdling.
Did he just not put his bat?
I think that's a ridiculously good throw.
I mean, it was a great throw, but it felt like to me he didn't realize it was coming towards the stumps.
Yeah, he's out by a long way.
I think he was kind of blinded by Muzarbani also.
Ah, yeah, it's Muzarbani.
The guy's massive.
Basically trying to get around the 7-foot giant, and that's run him out with a great throw. I mean, you don't see that very much. That's fun.
Who was the throw? And Roy again, specialist fielder, just absolutely bossing it.
Yeah.
And he's worked a lot on his batting also. Like this Smat, he was smoking it. Like Anukul Roy was their X factor with the yeah.
His bowling numbers are great in Smat as well.
Exactly. Like he is one of the most improved bowlers.
Anna says, looking at KKR and SRH bowling, I'm worried as a CSK fan.
Yeah. Annamalai, you would be.
Put your microphone near your mouth.
Yeah, you should be, because KKR have work to do as a bowling unit.
Code Noob says, what do you all make of Viru and Ash quarrel on commentary yesterday? Well, we were on Watchalong, so I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, I saw it on.
There was some banter
on the socials, and it was just banter.
Bants?
Yeah.
Was it hashtag Bants? Because that's the best kind of
Yeah,
Bants.
hashtag Bants. Yeah, it was hashtag Bants.
Andy said, worst bowling hasn't played yet. CSK are waiting. We also mentioned Lucknow, so there are some attacks to come. Kaushal says, is Varun done? No, because he'll just find another method.
No, he'll find another method.
This one's for Robbie.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Gaurav. Appreciate it.
Humankind. Oh, is that the rapper?
Hanuman kind.
Yeah.
Is he the rapper? Yeah.
The rapper.
Sorry, I misread it. Yeah, I just saw that.
Humankind.
Yeah, that would also be a good rapper's name. We've got the star of our YouTube, Jason Adrian, the House of Chow, is a Chow Chow doggy. We make cute content and prediction videos, and I passed out in 2010. Oh, I passed. That's
he
from
passed out of
school
school in 2010. Yeah.
I thought he passed out with you, drunk. But I am very happy to know, House of Chow, that you did not eat dogs on your YouTube channel.
But like that 2010
God.
would not have been possible now because Robbie started drinking at the age of 28. That's what he told me.
Yeah,
Right?
sweet. He only told you that because you're so pious that he feels uncomfortable telling you any truths about himself.
Pious. He's the farthest thing from the pie. Don't go by what he looks like.
I started at 17. So I'm like Robbie, you started drinking at 28, right? You said.
I love how you say started at 17, like that's early. You realize you're talking to English and Australian people on the channel.
Yeah. look at Rob frowning and
Rob's like 17.
17, that's late.
Jeez.
It's a long time.
17 years.
I don't know if you guys know, you're legally allowed to drink alcohol in pubs when you're 13, I think, in the UK.
Oh?
As long as you're with your
Seriously?
parent.
It's supposed to be with a meal, but in France they just
Yeah.
chuck wine at all the kids all the time. They're just like, "Well, why are you drinking wine? What are you having juice for?"
So you can have a beer with a meal from the age of, is it 13 or 14, Rob? It's quite young in the UK.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
Because my kids have been counting down the days, and I was like, they can have all the laws they want. Neither of you can handle alcohol. I can tell that from here.
So why is Hardik so angry?
Because he got a dot ball, I think that's the anger.
Do we think Hardik Pandya really likes peace?
Likes what?
Peace.
No.
Because he's got the peace symbol on his neck, and every time he plays, it's like, that's all I can think about. It's a really weird thing to have in that position on your body.
That's true, though.
I'm not saying he's anti-peace.
Peace and Hardik Pandya don't resonate with each other.
It doesn't feel like the most on-brand thing for Hardik Pandya, does it?
He's a funny guy, though. He's a really funny chap. Sweet.
He told me you're an arsehole.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I don't think I've ever met Hardik Pandya, actually. I can't think of any times I've met him.
So did you both play together, Robbie, ever?
Together, no. Against each other, yes.
Oh, against them for sure.
Tilak Verma, giving it some stick. Only for a run.
This is the time where you just have to try and score the next 28 runs in 10 balls.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many times are you chasing 220 odd and you get a chance of having a big boost on your net run rate? I mean, it may happen 5 more times this season, by the way that this is going. But you know what I mean? Like, usually, even if you chase a total like this, you crawl over the line. But they've got a chance here of really getting there quickly. And I think you take that almost every time you get.
I agree. That's the only way. They need 27 off 23, and they should be trying to get them off 6 balls. To be fair, Hardik will try and hit every ball for 6 that he faces, I think.
Shresh says, as a fluid mechanist...
Beg your pardon?
I thought Rob Barron was a fluid mechanist, but it's crazy to me that we have no idea why balls swing like they do. Good paper by Grimshaw in 2024 that looks at speed versus swing. You can look at Aaron Briggs's work. Shresh, he's the guy that cut the cricket balls in half. He works for the ECB. He's an absolute genius on that stuff. And he's got lots of good things. One of the big problems is, I remember talking to CricViz about this early on, of like, we should be able to learn more about clouds and humidity and everything with the swinging ball. Although Aaron has now said that a lot of that is nonsense, but it's not actually always that easy to replicate the conditions of a cricket ground when you're doing the tests. The labs cause some issues.
NASA did it, didn't they?
But
NASA did the study of cricket ball swinging.
Yeah, there's been a few studies.
Yeah, there's this one big study from Mr. Mehta also. Like, I have read that. He researched it for 30 years. He played club cricket in US. Was a NASA space scientist. So I think that's a good one. I've read the paper. It was a good read.
One of the things that we never really consider too is that the cricket ball doesn't always act the same way, right? So there was a video that came out the other day where Kookaburra were basically saying that they try and take all the leather from the cow's ass for a cricket ball. And
always ends up back with the arse, doesn't it, Jarrod?
Oh, gee, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even mean that.
Yeah. So it's like he can't help himself, right?
There's a lot of junk in my trunk, boys.
That's
I actually
gone.
have I have like a Billy Bob Thornton ass. If you have a look, my ass is there's almost nothing there. Very disappointing ass.
Review here. In this cricket match that we're all watching.
It's straight, but is it just pitched outside leg stump? It's probably hit on the line of leg stump, but it's maybe not enough.
This year,
it's
I
outside
think
leg. No, it's well outside leg. I've just had a look.
That's it.
Is that the bowler forcing that through at that point? Do we think, or Because you're not really thinking you can win the game from here.
Some sort of contracted IPL game must last ages rule. Because he knows there, doesn't he?
That might have even hit him outside leg stump, guys.
No, ball's hit him in line. Just pitched outside, I think.
I don't know if it's hit him in line. I think it's hit him on the outside of leg stump.
On the graphic.
As a fast bowler, you can give him this much of benefit of doubt, right? It's not that, because he might be seeing it from his lateral vision, so he might not be even.
You know when bowlers get really upset about these things, Deepak? Did you see the footage there of where his head is at the point that ball has landed? How on earth can he tell if that ball is pitched in line when his head is bent over at his hip and he's running through the crease? And yet bowlers are always the most certain people you will ever meet.
Yeah, that's the same exactly the same thing.
Jimmy Anderson was literally looking behind himself when he was bowling some days and was still telling the captain to go for reviews.
Even Waqar Yunus, I think with this lingy action and all, he was all over the place with his head. So still they always. That's what I said. They always would have watched that thing from the lateral vision, right?
Yeah, exactly. And they're moving their head, so they're not working. My favorite one is Mark Wood, who will try and get a review while he's falling over.
I remember that.
Oh,
this
nice
is
shot.
Let's see how his spin batting turns up this season, because this I think now we all know that he might get used as the floater with his matchups against pace.
Is he that bad against spin though?
His last year's strike rate was 96
against
in
spin,
IPL, I guess. Yes,
wow.
I think so.
I mean, that is.
Rob can give us the numbers. Rob, what?
I'll look it up.
I think it was in that range only, right?
Are you looking it up, Jarrod?
Yeah.
I'm going at the end of this over, guys. I got stuff on this evening.
Oh, yeah. What are you heading off to do?
I'm heading off to look after my daughter so that my wife can go out.
Oh, okay.
So that's not.
Make some collection.
But she's got a
winnings today.
She's found some more games on her arcade machine that she's got in her bedroom. So I'm looking forward to playing something that isn't Street Fighter 2 for a change.
Oh, have you won anything today? Any bets?
Not really. No, I backed Rohit to get the most sixes for Mumbai. Guess what price I got for that? Rohit Sharma, by the way, reasonably famous for hitting sixes.
160?
To hit the most for Mumbai.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
7.5.
He was what?
13% chance that Rohit hits the most sixes for Mumbai, apparently. But that didn't win because everybody kept dropping Rickleton every 5 minutes before he went past him. But no, when games go like this, when they score 200 and the other team chases it really easily, I tend not to do all that much. It doesn't. When we're talking about it, we kind of know what's going to happen, don't we? And it sounds like, well, why didn't you win loads of money on that then if you knew what was going to happen? It doesn't really work like that, does it? There's just nothing out there. Everybody's sort of like, well, they're going to chase it. There's nothing really to do here. It's not like you can get funky with dismissal methods because everybody gets caught on these pitches. It's kind of my criticism of and I love the IPL. I always have. My criticism of the IPL is when it's like this, when it's just road, and bowlers look like bowling machines, they're getting spanked everywhere. It takes the thinking out of it a bit. And as far as watching it from a nerdy cricket point of view goes, it's not all that fun, is it? Watching them chase 200 dead easy. I want to see games swing back and forth, not just watch one team score a load of runs and the other team scored slightly more.
Yeah, this is the argument for having more than one game at a time. The last two games where we've done the full watch-alongs, we've all had lots of energy, we've all been excited, and by the end, we've been completely sucked out of it just by the fact that these games have gone nowhere. If you have a second game, you have something else, and you have the hope and the optimism that the second game might be more interesting. You just don't have that if you have one single game, and it's this one of the strengths of the IPL, but it's also one of the weaknesses of the IPL. Of if you get a dud game, it kind of just doesn't go anywhere that night.
Yeah. So do you have the numbers of Tilak against spin?
I do have. Did you want just IPL or did you want international as well?
The IPL last year?
Okay, then I don't have the numbers.
I think the World Cup was also run-up all for him. He scored 60 of 60, I guess, against spin this World Cup. Because at one point of time, he was 45 or 48, and then he managed to hit that 6 of chase in the semi-finals. In that knockout quarterfinals.
So in the
But would you
IPL,
consider, but isn't he a versatile player who you're picking to play the situations and not a particular brand of cricket?
No. His spin numbers have actually been bad for quite a long time. And there's a technical issue also where like he gets kind of spammed by the spinners.
So Tilak's strike
How does
rate
he get
against
spammed by the
spin,
spinners?
2025
How does he
onwards,
get spammed by the spinners?
they just bowl more spin to him.
119. It's pretty
Yeah.
slow.
It was 1-1.
Yeah, 119.
That was 2025 IPL, right?
Yeah. And then he averaged, and then it was 150 against pace. Traditionally, though, there's no issue. So this is a new thing. If you go back 3 years, he was doing great. In fact, in the last 3 years, his strike rate against spin is 139. So whatever's happened, okay, Rob, we won't fix him today, Robbie, but I can have a look at a bunch of stuff and we can see something during the tournament if there's something that's changed and have a look. Because he shouldn't be at 119 if in the last 3 years he's been at 140, Rob. Like there's something wrong there.
Yeah, for sure.
What I have observed is he's more side on. So like he's not he doesn't bat with an open stance. So the balls which are a little straighter to him, he gets little cramped. So he just knocks it off to square leg for singles and also generally what has worked for him is the reverse sweep. But now recently the teams have started putting the deep point for him. So that's why like his reverse sweeps have also gone out of the picture. Like earlier, he was reverse sweeping and all those shots a lot to kind of break that particular, I would say, plan against him. So this is what I have observed, but I have a very limited observation about him.
Did he hit that ball?
I'm
through
going,
his legs?
guys.
Yeah,
That
see,
was
Rob. Great.
that was a
Rob.
Cruyff turn. Speaking about Johan Cruyff, that was a Cruyff turn for just off his inside heel for 4. Anyway, on that note, laters, guys.
Peace out, brother.
Shoam says, was there any umpire you particularly disliked or felt was biased? Robbie?
Biased
Good
umpire,
one.
yeah, there was one Indian umpire. And it depended on what kind of a mood he was on. So he was either biased in your favor or biased against you. But his name is Suresh Shastri, a first-class umpire. He also umpired in a few international matches as well.
Is he still umpiring now? Or is he finished?
No.
I always felt with umpires that like most players, and I include professionals in this, think of them as like the enemy or whatever. And I was like, no, you just start a conversation with them. Like if you just have a relationship with an umpire.
I always kind of spoke to them.
I've told you the story, haven't I? This is what my dad taught me when I was young, which is you run down and you hit someone on the pad and you know it's not out and you appeal like a maniac. And then you go back to the umpire and you go, sorry, I shouldn't have appealed for that. That was definitely too high, or that was going down leg. And he's like, yeah. And then the next time you hit him on the pad, no, even if it's just as bad an appeal, you just appeal in the exact same way. And my old man's like, they just give it out. They just think, he's a nice guy.
Has that worked for you?
Yeah, heaps of times. It really does. It's building a relationship with umpires is probably, it was probably, especially for, like I was a leg spinner, right? And you need to get a lot of LBWs. It was a big part of like me being a better bowler. And when I was nervous and not feeling it, I wouldn't have conversations with the umpires and you hit them on the pad and you just wouldn't get the decision, right? Like you need to build the whole thing.
Getting out to a spinner. But
AJ says there are reports that Samson has a back spasm.
Oh.
But that's not a big
Deepak,
injury.
verify that for us.
To check.
Says the man who could call Sanju Samson directly.
Yeah.
I can't call him directly. He's changed his number.
Well, he might not have. He might have just blocked you.
Nah, he changed
I
his
don't
number. He
think so.
told me so. The other number's working, but he's just not using it anymore.
That is one of the things that annoys me the most in cricket is how often cricketers change phone numbers.
Yeah.
And then like you meet them somewhere and they'll be like, oh, you haven't called me in ages. And I was like, I probably got a phone number of yours from like seven phones back.
Yeah, that happens.
So I'll also drop off to the next one, the post-match.
Yeah, we'll finish up. This is done. Tilak Varma, 20 off 14, went out to a spinner again. Deepak has said that he cannot play spin and should be dropped from all future games. Is that what I heard?
I did not say this. I said, like, I personally feel that this season, Mumbai, they are going to pair him up against the Pacers. Like, he's damn good there. So, like, also with the World Cup, this is what Indian team did in the Super 8s and all. So they changed his batting order just to pair him up against the Pacers, and that changed the whole thing for India. So I really hope they do the same with Mumbai also, because last season also we saw that Sky and Tilak, they were getting stuck in the middle overs.
And Sky's not getting stuck now.
No, against spin last season. In between.
I want to see how much the numbers substantiate that actually. Be interesting to see.
I remember in one match, Tilak was also even subbed out against LSG.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, as in that can happen to anyone. People can have a bad day.
So the match is almost over. So I'll just head on to
You
the
can head
one.
off, man. Yeah, you've done your job.
then.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I feel like
Bye-bye.
when we talk about butts and testicles and penises and stuff, that like we really are stretching Deepak as far as possible.
Yeah, we certainly are. He's like, what is going on here?
We were in what city we were in? Well, when we were in Delhi, and I was telling him about some sex stuff, and he just, I thought he was going to crash the car, Robbie. I thought he was going to have to stop me talking. And he thought I was making this stuff up, and I had another friend there go, no, everything Jarrod is saying is right. This game is almost over.
All but over. Yeah. 1 run, isn't it?
Oh, wait. Or have they just hit it now? Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, well, it's one more run. Was that a 6? Oh, no, it was a 4, that last shot.
It's not over yet.
No. So I said one more run. Or 2 more runs, I suppose.
Well, yeah. No, one.
Hardik, 18
21's
off
done.
11. It's been a brutal game, really, for KKR. They would have been pretty happy with 220, but I said at halftime, I felt like it wasn't enough. It just looked like a really flat pitch, and their bowling lineup bothered me. And specifically, it was and this isn't the KKR's fault, it just didn't look like a wicket where spin was going to take over, and they didn't have a lot of other options. But the game is over now. Naman is going to finish that up. An absolutely brutal one. Thank you to everyone who's been here for the watch along and all the way through. It started with Robbie in the car. It ends with just me and Robbie on our own. The 2 people who can never turn up on time to start these things. But huge thanks. If you like these watch alongs, please tell everyone, because we're going to keep trying to do them as much as possible. But we do need as many viewers, and we need sponsors and all these sorts of things. So thank you, especially to all the people who've been throwing in the super chats. We'll finish with one last super chat who says, how is Narine only bowling his third over and Varun bowled all 4? KKR missed the trick. And what's a good score in this IPL? I think a good score in this pitch was about 250. But yeah, I can understand why you'd be annoyed at Narine not bowling out there. But we will be back again very, very soon. There will be a podcast in a minute's time, but I don't think it's me and Robbie. I think other people are taking care of the podcast today.
Yeah.
But we'll be back our team will be taking over the watch along tomorrow. Me and Robbie and Deepak will drop in, but we've got some other things to do as well. But we will see you again then, and then the next day, and then the next day, and then do you see how this is going? Please subscribe to Commbox and tell every single person about us, especially your mum. Commbox. The game lives on.